Do this.
All right, let's just make let's. Oh God, Doctor Killer. All right, both these guys want Soviet. All right, let me just go through the bracket real quick for you guys. Here's what we got going on. We got the Division 4 Castle Tournament. We got 8 players in here. This is the order we're playing in. So if you're in the chat right now watching, if you're playing, that'd be great. There's 8 of you guys. We're playing these matches in order. 4 matches, best of 3. They're going to go super, super quick. So if you're not playing, get ready to play. Winners of these obviously go on, single elimination. Winner of it all taking home $5. But the real prize is that they get to move on to D3, which is tomorrow, and will be filled in with a bunch of other players that have not confirmed as of yet. D3 tomorrow, winner of this going on. Quick shout to the sponsors: Collective Dre Dash, CS Pro, MS372, Smerry, Mustafa, and Lee43. The money keeps the lights on around here. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right. So, yeah, with that, let's get right into it. It is best of 3, and for Division 4, yeah, so for Division 4, the players pick their own factions compared to some of the other stuff. It's best of 3, picking their own factions. Obviously, it's going to move pretty quick around here, but that's how we do it in these lower divisions. All right, both players are ready. Let's get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another round of the Blitz World Series.
So crucial here. Here you're gonna have a hard time pushing in early game. Easily defensible position. You got walls around your base. You got garrisons at the entrance. Tech power plant in the top. That's a nuclear power plant, and an airport for a power drop in the bottom. Here we go. Game number 1. What are we thinking, Ivor? SVS. What is the strat? How crucial are the tech? What are you thinking, man?
Yeah, and so as we get into it here, we got Java, and so I do have the colors mixed up, of course, to start things off with a hit here. So Java is in red, Dr. Killer's in yellow. I'll make sure to get that switched. Anyway, Dr. Killer's on the left in yellow, Java's in red on the right. Yeah, and as Snark mentioned, yeah, this map plays much differently, and we did that on purpose. We wanted a map that would play a little bit slower, be easier to defend early on, and hopefully give us some more mid-late game action. But as players have learned, you can't sit behind those castle walls for too long. You got to build yourself out. You got to take advantage of the map. The map is meant to be able to play back and protect yourself, but at the same time, you do get punished for it. Losing that tech, the nuclear reactor, like Snark mentioned, the paradrop, they're crucial, and the ability to build a navy. There's only one spot to build a navy in the very middle of the map, so if you try to turtle in too much, your opponent's going to have dreadnoughts on your doorstep, take over the tech, and crush you. So you do have to try to maintain a presence in the center. Now, for those of you who haven't seen, this is the newest version of the map, which accidentally did come out last night instead of several days ago due to some technical difficulties. But the biggest change here is that these trees have been spread out to prevent buildings from coming through the forest immediately. So if you do want to push through with buildings, you do have to landscape a little bit. And some early engagements here. Some early action from these D4 players. I love it.
Indeed. So Java did stop Dr. Killer from getting the tech up there. Now he's going to try and get it. We're going to see if he's able to. That engineer looks like it's going to get in. And yeah, both have tanks here. It's going to come down to take control. I love the conscripts out of Dr. Killer. These D4 players, Ivor, you know, you say D4, but they know what they're doing. Bringing in the conscripts as fodder, pushing in, nice tank control. I love what's going on here. Ooh, a sentry gun up top. I love that move right there. Plus 2 range on the cliff.
The
Definitely
sentry, pivotal sentry. Yeah, it's funny. These players are not looking D4, but luckily they're both not looking D4, and I think we're in for should be a good match here. But yeah, I'm a little. They're both not looking quite D4, but when you got 2 players in D4 not looking D4, it's okay, I guess. Both players making good use of the conscripts, as you mentioned. So critical on a small map like this when you got the conscripts can get in the battle so quick compared to dog fodder. And yeah, and it looks like, so Java, again, Java in red on the right, Dr. Killer in yellow on the left. The names are wrong. Java now going to try to take both tech, and it comes out on top of the tank exchange as well. So Java looking nice here.
Dr. Kill throwing away his tanks there, but on the flip side, he is on 2 war factories. Java, on the other hand, has the nuclear power plants, and he's about to get the airport. He gets the airport. Oh, and tank control out of Dr. Killer is questionable as a sentry gun comes up, but he does come out on top. Very nice. He wants to eliminate this airport, but 3 more tanks coming down the center from Java. Can Dr. Killer respond to this? Adesso out as well. I love this. He's teched up, Ivor.
And yep, and so we see a different approaches here as Java settles into his battle lab tech. And Dr. Killer on the left here, just going to pump the war factories and go straight Rhino. So Different ideas here, as you see Dr. Killer now doing a little landscaping in the center here. Going to try to clear out those trees, possibly for a bit of more of a base walk. Not sure why he's clearing out those trees, but yeah, different mythologies here as one player starts pushing more rhinos, the other player starts pushing tech. Iron Curtain out for Java now.
Oh, but yeah, but Java's losing tanks left, right, and center. If he's not careful, he's not going to have anything left to IC, but Dr. Killer committing here. Can he come out on top of this tank engagement? It looks like he will come out on top. And Java taking up, but not fast enough, running out of tanks, and now Dr. Killer has control of the map. He has the rhino numbers, but can he convert this into a win is the question. He's losing rhinos.
Yep, those were on all of those rhinos came out of that engagement bruised, and the conscripts were able to clean them up. And as we say that, now the rhinos about even out. Ooh, Dr. Killer not spending his money. Look at that money over there. 15K is too much for this point in the game.
Definitely. Demo truck. I love it.
And this is difficult to deal with. This is going to be very, very problematic.
Oh, it's going to go right to the war factory. He used his tanks as fodder. Did you see that?
Wow.
Move right there. Used his tanks as fodder. Went in. The demo truck got the war factory. I love it. That sentry gun on the cliff, though, doing some work for Java.
Ninja moves with that rhino fodder there. I love it. Really good demo truck. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
That sentry gun on the cliff is so annoying. Oh, a
Kirov
out from Dr. Killer. Wow, and with a 3 War Factory advantage here, you know, he's going to be able to keep up with the Rhinos and take out a Kirov here. Can Java catch up? He does have the IC. He can come in here with a dangerous push right now. If what Dr. Killer needs to do is take out the power up top, but he's not going to have time to do that. The IC is ready. Dr. Killer trying to bait it, but the Kirov coming in. The IC goes off pretty far away. I don't know how effective that was. The Kirov coming in, taking out the War Factory. Oh, he's targeting Doyle. That's a huge chain reaction deriver.
Yep.
Huge.
And they're going to take all those infantry with it, but this Kirov needs to be stopped on the backside. Wow, what an exchange here. Oh my god.
Dr. Killer does come out on top. Only lost 2 oils from that, but that means we are going to watch his money. He's on 16k right now. Shouldn't be a problem. But Java, on the other hand, down to 1 War Factory, but the Dreadnought is out.
He does get a Dreadnought. Now, the thing is, so the thing to keep in mind here is that Java, in red, again, sorry, I know the names are going to be super confusing. The thing is, Java doesn't have a lot of the map scouted. So the MCV is not really vulnerable because Java can't see the MCV. So that Dreadnought can't see the MCV, so his targets are a bit limited. Ooh, and does lose the Dread. Oh! Wow.
Huge. Again, a huge reaction out of Java. So the Dreadnought does go down finally, but Java does have the IC. We'll be ready in a minute, but Dr. Killer coming in here, diving in a little too deep if you ask me, but gets all the flak. That was his target. He killed all the flak jacks. This Kirov can now do whatever it wants.
Yep, he cleared out that anti-air pro move, and now the Kirov. Yeah, and that's unfortunate. Java, wow, this is a battle right now. Both players have given up so many hits. Wow, excellent fight, but this Kirov, I don't know if the Kirov can be stopped. Can that flat cannon do it? I think he should target that flat cannon. It's the only anti-air he's got. Yep.
Yeah, get the flat cannon. No War Factory out. IC's to kill the infantry. Not sure that was the best move, but he's going to get the oil. The chain reaction is going to get the IC as well. The IC goes down, and now Dr. Killer is definitely ahead at this point. What a battle we had.
Wow. Yeah, nice counter punches with the... that was hilarious. That was hilarious. It's funny, part of me is like, okay, we got a couple sandbaggers here. Like, these guys should not be D4, but at the same time, I'm glad I accidentally matched them up against each other because we got a hell of a match on our hands right now. And Java's calling the conscripts into battle, trying to build the flag tracks. Oh, and the Kirov goes elite. Gonna take that War Factory with no MCV left. That's gonna be GG.
Wow, but what a game. That was a lot of back and forth. Java was definitely ahead at one point. He had the tech, he had the IC, he had the Dreadnought even.
Yep.
Dr. Killer somehow manages to come back and convert it. Java calls GG.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great first game to start off the night.
Very, very interesting. You know, it'd be interesting to see as this tournament progresses if we don't see players like, imagine early on you send one tank on the top side. He breaks through the wall and just drives through the enemy base. You know, imagine like if you really committed to getting a scout, because it is possible. You send one tank up to the top, you break through, you break through the wall, and you know you could do it because that scout would make such a difference. Because you see these players getting their navy, it can't even do anything. All right, what is sorry, who won that, Java or Dr. Killer?
Alright, so Dr. Killer did take the win. We are gonna swap out the colors
Right,
back
right, right.
to so that the score is clearer, but Dr. Killer did take that
So
win.
Dr.
Very impressive game
Got
right
it.
there.
Got it. Yep, yep. Good, good, good. And then both players again. All right, they know the pick their factions. Red went to sleep. We got a hype dance and a carnage. Adam with the $10. Adam, come on, man. I'm not gonna forget your money. It pops up on my screen. I just can't. I'm not staring at the notifications mid battle, man. Adam with the $10. Appreciate it,
Ooh,
Adam.
awesome.
Appreciate the support, buddy. We do. All that money going back into the stream, back to the tournament next month. Another one next month. That's how it goes. We keep things rolling around here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, and then
Yes, and this is the third consecutive month that we've had several divisions, huge tournaments, and it's just epic, Ivor.
we're growing. We got to keep growing. RA to the moon. Got to take over the world one tournament at a time. And if these D4 tournaments are looking like this, although I got to say, I got a feeling Smerry in the chat's like, hey, I thought this was supposed to be D4. Anyway, we'll focus on what we got going on because this is a battle, but I think these players are looking a little D3 to me. Anyway.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But this is what's nice, Ivor. You release the map early. They're watching your stream. We break it down for them, and then they practice, right?
Yep.
And then these D4 players, players who literally only watch a stream and play only a tiny bit, suddenly they come out and they're bringing these very clever pro moves. Clearly, they've been watching. Clearly, they've been doing their homework, and that's what we like to see.
Yep. And I think that's a good point because the problem is, I mean, especially in Blitz, Jaz, right? Jaz has been streaming this map nonstop. So if you are in this tournament, no matter what division you are, no matter what skill you are, if you go on and watch Jaz play a few times, you're going to get a massive leap ahead of people. And I think that's kind of the problem is that, like, no matter what divisions we have as far as traditional skill, at some point the question is, we need to have a division where everyone promises they won't practice, basically. I mean, that's the only way to really have an even level, because no matter what skill level you are, if you watch Jaz, and you practice, you're going to take a massive leap forward. And like you said, both these players clearly know the map, and anyway, very even. Now, what was very interesting there, I don't know if you saw it, Snark, Java in yellow, he got a dog past the gates, and then the dog went AFK. He could have actually ran a dog right into Red's base and got it scouted, and he didn't. But again, I think there's something interesting to be said if you can get an early scout. There could be some strategy to it.
Indeed. All right, Java going in here. Now, Dr. Killer did get the power plant in the top, the nuclear power plant. He's pushing in here, but there's a sentry gun and there's tanks coming out. He's not going to be able to get anything done. He tried to dive for the war factory. Not the move right there, but nice attempt out of him. Now, Dr. Killer really did a good job controlling the map. He went top. He got the nuclear power plants. Even though there was a drone there, he still managed to get it. And then in the bottom, Java almost got the airport, but Dr. Killer was there on the spot. Stopped him from getting it. So at the moment, Dr. Killer does have the advantage. If we do a quick oil count, we'll see that Java has 6 oils at the moment. Dr. Killer has only 4, but 2 war factories.
Yeah. So Dr. Killer, looking pretty nice here. That engagement from Java, a little unfortunate there early on. Kind of threw those tanks, didn't ult the war factory, so he didn't get it. Both players a little broke because they're spending so much on defenses, although Java's economy is looking stronger. 6 oils. Yeah.
Well, 7 oils now. No,
And
sorry,
Dr.
it's still 6 oils.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting about the one on the cliff.
Yeah. Alright, so Dr. Killer does have the fodder. Look at all those Tesla troopers. I love that, Ivor.
The Tesla
Players bring out
troopers.
everything.
Yep. If you got the money for it, it's a little questionable, I think, when you're broke to be building the Tesla troopers, unless you are about to make a desperate push. But I think Java's ready for the push. He's got a lot of sentry guns out there.
Indeed, though, Dr. Killer taking advantage of that cliff up there, putting those sentry guns to attack the sentry guns of Java. Now, Dr. Killer can make a push here. If he micros his infantry in first to take out the sentry guns, and then the rhinos in the back, he can make a push here.
Yeah, especially the Tesla troopers. I think Dr. Killer could just definitely make a push here. I'd like to see Java get another bunker out, honestly.
Yeah. Now, Dr. Killer needs to be careful here because Java is on 3 war factories versus 2, and he's got a radar out, so 1 desolator. All these infantry are going to become useless. And Java actually countering very well. Radar now out for Dr. Killer as well, up top on the cliff. And Ice pushing in with the Tesla Troopers. This is what we want to see. Now bringing the Rhinos behind.
Yep.
I love what I'm seeing here. Oh, but the Desolator is coming in.
And in range of that bunker. Oh, okay, yep. And that was a good job. Java pulling back to his defensive structures. And the Desolators. Yep. Good counter from
Very nice out
Java.
of both players, but Java is teched up either this. Oh, Dr. Killer's teched up as well. Who's going to bring out the Kirov first? Naval Yard first? What's going on? Now, Dr. Killer does have the advantage with the nuclear power plant. He doesn't have to build that. He isn't going low power. Java now making his own nuclear power plant. Who's going to get the Naval Yard first? Who's going to get the Kirov first? Right now, it's just a staring competition. Who's going to crack first?
Yep.
Kirov comes out for Dr. Killer.
And Java, we'll see how quickly he can react here. He does not have the flak, does no flak at this point. Only now out with his first flak. And I think we'll see Dr. Killer again trying to, maybe trying to push, trying to counter that flak. Maybe make some way for this Kirov here. We'll see. Now, that's a decent amount of flaks. He was able to counter that pretty quickly. And a cannon behind it. Ooh, pushes in with those Desos.
Oh, the flak tracks. You got to move them away from the Desolators.
Wow. Oh, but he is
Kirov
able to
goes
get it
down.
before they go down. And still with a couple war factories. So, not a huge hit. You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see a demo truck from this top war factory up to that nuke reactor. I'd love that.
Oh, that would be beautiful. A demo truck from either player at this point would be really nice. IC from Dr. Killer a little bit late. Java will have the IC ready first, but Dr. Killer making a push here. Oh, but bad tank control out of
Bad
Dr.
tank
Killer.
control. Oh, bad tank control from Dr. Killer. Gets looped around that little cliff on the top side.
And Java comes
Wow.
out on top big time here. Could be we're going to get to match point for both players here. Game number 3, perhaps. Tons of Desolators for Dr. Killer, 13k, but does it really matter? Sentry guns are going to be able to deal with this. Java clearly knows how to micro a little bit.
Yeah, Java needs to, yeah, and here's the delay you see. The time spent realizing that you're up and what you're going to do with it, that's the difference between a D4 and a top level, a higher level player. And so Java does realize he's up. He's going to go straight past the defenses. Good move.
IC is ready. IC is ready. Come on, Java, use your IC.
Oh, Java, the IC. Oh, okay.
There we go.
Cleans out the army.
Clean up here.
No. Oh, and there's the force shield. Now he doesn't have the iron.
Shield?
Just and here come the
Go for
Desos.
IC.
Here come the Desos. Okay,
He's
so
gonna get the IC though.
he's gonna. He needs. Yeah, get the MCV. Get the IC. He could actually go out the back door. He could bust through that gate and save that elite, which would actually be a good move if he thinks of it. Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Through the back gate. And then the Deso's trying to keep up. Oh, big chain reaction here. Here it comes.
Oh.
Gonna take the battle
gonna
lab.
get the lab.
Oh my god. Yep.
Wow, and now he's spamming out drones. He knows all he has to do is defend. Great move
Wow.
out of Java there. And it looks like Java's going to take the second game home.
Yeah, and Dr. Killer just a bit of a blunder there on that tank control. It's funny, when we put this little cliff in, the idea was to mix things up and make it more difficult to split, defend, and attack in a linear position, and it worked out there. The oil cliff got Dr. Killer's tanks out of position, and he paid the price for it. Oh, he's gonna bust through the...
Yeah, Dr. Killer will be able to... Java will be able to hold on here. He's got a Dreadnought out. All he needs to do is kill that radar and those sentry guns on the cliff, and it's over. But he's got so many tanks and so much units and so much eco that really at this point it doesn't really matter. It is over. But what a great game number 2 here out of these two D4 players.
Yeah, these guys are putting on a show.
Very nice game. 1-1 is the score, so it's match point for both players. The next one to win will move on in the bracket, but looking tough.
Wow, 1-1. Yeah, what a treat in this first game. That is hilarious. All right, 1-1. Coming into game number 3. Both keeping the Sov versus Sov. We'll see how the other matches play, guys. It's very likely I'm going to be possibly DQing these guys from continuing on in the tournament, because we'll see how the other games go. But this isn't. We don't need to see, like, these guys aren't the D4 qualifier was I watch streams and rarely play the game, and it's like these guys are playing Red Alert 2. So anyway, we'll see here. I mean, it's great to have them play this match. It's difficult with Blitz early on like this. I don't really know players, so setting up factions and stuff is difficult, or setting up divisions is quite difficult. So we kind of just have to take players' word for it in a lot of cases. And And so we'll see how the other matches go. But if there's not competition for these guys, we'll just send these guys to D3 tomorrow, and we'll continue on D4 with the level of play that it was meant to have. But anyway, we'll keep things open. I try to keep things as level as possible. Like I said, it's difficult not knowing players. All right, game number 3 here. Let's get a hype dance. Let's get a hype dance.
Hype dance.
Game number 3. Yeah, I can't. You know, like I said, mildly annoyed at the sandbagging, but I'm excited that the stars align and get these two players in here because they're putting on a show for us. This has been a great match.
Indeed, indeed. Well, you know what I love, Ivor, is that like 2 months ago, you're like, all right, so help me, rank these players, and I had no problem doing that. This month you come to me and you're like, help me rank these players, and I'm like, well, I don't know 90% of these players. The amount of players that we have gotten, new players that we haven't seen before, that I don't recognize, that other people don't recognize. Like, as soon as this match started, someone was in the chat like, who the fuck is Dr. Killer?
Exactly.
New players coming in. I love it, man. The
it
player
is
base
exciting.
Growing here in Blitz, and it's great. As for sandbagging, it's very possible that it's accurate, It could be that these players used to play, they used to be good, maybe in the old Xmas days, now they just watch streams, and the Blitz is what brought them out.
It's possible.
Right, back to playing, and maybe they put in, this past week, they practiced all week long, and they got to this level. It is possible.
You're right. It is possible. And that's the thing is I don't really want to be hard on the players because it is difficult for them to know too. It's so unfamiliar to people. They don't know what they're expected to play and stuff. So that's why when the first time a player plays in a tournament, there's a risk this is going to happen. But like Snark said, we have all these new players this tournament. Next tournament, we're going to know how to rank them after we see them play. So we'll slowly dial it in over time. But as we get into this game number 3 here, Dr. Killer up on the cliff, sniping out that sentry gun. Love that. Takes the nuclear reactor again. Dr. Killer's taken all the tech, huh? And we see again this early push from Java. Dives for the war factory. Okay, second guesses himself this time.
Oh, but he's gonna lose all his tanks for it. Not sure that was worth it, Ivor.
Not with another war factory out. Maybe even if it was the only war factory, it might have not have been. Oh, but drive.
But he's
he did.
Dr. Killer going all the way in, going for the MCVs. He's gonna dive. He should kill the tanks first. Gonna get the tanks. Oh, looking good for Dr. Killer here. He could get the MCV now.
Oh, those are smoking though. Oh, if he could have got some conscripts back, and Java's on 7K, he could have defended that. Oh my, Java could have defended that a bit quicker. You know what's unfortunate? Java didn't juice up his gate's defenses. And keep this in mind, guys, for the rest of you guys in this tournament. These towers can be juiced up as well. You can put conscripts in the towers. So he only had one guy in each gate, so the tanks were able to drive right through. If he would have put a handful of conscripts in either, he wouldn't have been able to make it through the gate, wouldn't have lost his MCV there. So now Java's in the pressure cooker. He does have war factories and a barracks, but he's got to go quick because he's going to start falling behind very, very quickly here.
Indeed, and we are seeing, so Java has the oils to spam constant infantry and constant tanks. Does he have the control to come in here and end this game? Because, like you said, Ivor, the longer this goes on, the worse it's going to be for Java.
And I would like to see Java play the map. You see this right here? He's attacking straight onto the sentry gun, straight. It's exactly where Dr. Killer wants him to attack from. There's no reason to do it. You can run up the top side, take the hills. You can come across the bridge on the bottom, maybe. I mean, you don't have to attack the opponent head on. And I think we'll see as this map develops, people will realize that because there's a feeling like, oh, I got to push through the gate, but you don't got to push through the gate. You can attack from wherever you want.
Oh, here we go. Huge engagement in the center. This is it. If
conscripts. Oh, he's not even. Yeah, it's just not really.
Not gonna happen today. It looks like Dr. Killer is the one that's gonna be moving on here, but Java's not giving up yet. I like the fighting spirit, Ivor. I like how these players are like, no, I wanna advance. I wanna win.
Hungry.
I love the competitive spirit. Yeah,
you love to see that. You love to see that. Yep. And unfortunate that, but also at the same time, hats off to Dr. Killer. That MCV dive was a really good calculation, a really good move. And Java learned the hard way, and I hope some of the other guys playing this tournament learn the hard way. Conscripts are cheap. Throw a couple extra ones in your gate bunkers, and you prevent a player from diving in like that early on. And yeah, we see Java targeting war factories a lot more than he should. He really likes to try to destroy war factories when I don't think it's usually the best option. But he's on 23K, so that he's gonna keep the units pumping, but unfortunately, just can't really get a leg up here.
Indeed. At this point, Dr. Killer 4 war factories versus 2. it's like you said, you know, Java's mistake is diving when he doesn't need to dive.
Yeah.
Right? And losing, paying the price for it. Paying the price for it. He gets ahead on tanks, he gets in a good position, but then he dives.
Yep.
And then he loses the tanks. Either
Yep.
way, GG's is called from Java here. What a beautiful series right here in D4, you know. I bet you didn't think it would be that exciting, our first series, man.
Banger, man. Yeah, love to see it. Love to see a final game. Oh, and I forgot. So we do have a new map, guys. So when it's the final game in a series, we do have a map version with no timer that we're going to enact. Any of you guys who caught that Key and Luke match, obviously you know. So keep that in mind. That is the idea going forward. So Dr. Killer and Java are out.
Very nice.
Oh, sorry, I just started a weird intro. Yeah, Fire Truck. Wait, is that true? Because Fire Truck's supposed to be in this division. Yeah. Oh my God, we got another.
Fire Truck that I played with FFGs, and he played with us in the FFA tournament of the Sheriff's FFA tournament. This guy's no noob.
Sandbaggers, man, sandbaggers. All right.
I don't know if it's the same Fire Truck. I don't know if it's the same Fire Truck.
Fire Truck, is it the same one? Because then you're out, man. All right. So we got, okay, so Smery and OO Noob hop in here. Password 99. So Doctor wins that. Dr. Killer going on. All right.
All right, so Dr. Killer moves on, and now we got Smery versus OO Noob. What do we know about these? I know that Smery is constantly in the chat, always active. So he's got knowledge, Ivor. He's been watching.
Smery's
played closely.
He's been playing some Blitz. We'll see if he's able to. I don't think he plays much. Like, I don't really think he actually plays at all, but you never know what kind of information you can absorb sitting in the chat, you know? You never know. All right, Smery, we'll put Smery in yellow. We'll put OO Noob in red. How's Smery going to mod when he's in game? That's a great question. But if anyone can figure it out, it's Smery.
Both players picking Soviet again. Apparently the favored faction here in D4 so far.
Yeah, I think you got to go Sov as a lower level player. I think that makes sense. You know, it's just kind of difficult. Obviously we've talked about, it takes a lot more micro and clicking and faster movement to kind of manage the allied against Sov. I think it makes sense.
All right.
D3, you guys can pick factions too. D4 and D3, you guys can pick your own factions. Well, we'll see. It depends how many players there are, actually, pro rattle. It depends, because there's say we only have 4 players, then we'll do best of 5, and then we'll do set factions. But if you get 8 players, then we got to do BO3. So anyway, all right, so we got Smery in yellow on the left, OO Noob in red on the right, and I think we're about to see some real D4 action here. Let's see what this looks like.
All right, so Smery obviously watching builds out, makes conscripts to fill up the bunkers, but no dog to scout, which is an interesting choice. OO Noob getting an extra bunker on top of the 4 garrisons right at the entrance, and he's filling up that. So no scout out for any of these players at the moment. All right, now they're getting dogs, and they're slowly going to start moving across the map. 3 dogs for Smery, hoping to get through the defense, as he doesn't know there's a full bunker right there at the entrance. Not going to get through.
I like Smery's idea there. It's kind of funny because I accidentally gave Smery that idea a second ago, and then he's like, okay, I'll take that advice. And then, unfortunately, OO Noob hard counters with his own bunker right in the middle, which is hilarious. 4 buildings to fortify. OO Noob brings on his own. Oh, Smery, before he played, he redeemed a grenade. Here comes the grenade.
All right.
All right.
So,
yeah, Smery looking nice.
What's OO Noob is building anything? Is he building something at the moment? It is unclear to me. Smery with a war factory out and 2 oils already built over OO Noob. Alright, so now it's only an oil and a war factory and a power plant ahead. And 3 tanks won't be able to push. You know, that's the point of this map. You have enough conscripts garrisoned, you won't be able to push. But what do players always forget, Ivor?
You go through the top.
Around.
You break down the wall, you go around.
Exactly.
Oh,
Smurry, no
Noob.
War Factory yet. Smurry's, oh, Noob, no War Factory yet, sorry.
Oh, Noob is building something. Okay, here comes the War Factory. Love that. Love that.
Alright. So yeah, I mean, Smurry's only 6 tanks ahead at the moment and 2 oils, so shouldn't not too much ahead here. Ivor, how do I cast this without insulting anyone?
Well, it's funny because a player like Noob, like Smerry is who this tournament was made for. Smerry found me on YouTube. He started watching on Twitch, and he said, "Hey, I'd like to fire it up. I'd like to hop in there sometimes." That's who this division's made for. Noob is a little interesting because he's kind of active. He's like in the Discord. He's hanging out. He's like a player, but for some reason he doesn't. I'm not really sure. He doesn't seem to put much into improving himself. I just don't think it's a priority for Noob to get better at the game, and that's okay. Everyone has different priorities, I guess.
Indeed, to each his own. Smerry on 2 War Factories now,
And
but
Smerry-
Noob bunkered in, right? He's got
Yeah.
a Tesla coil,
I
he's
love
got
it.
a bunker, he's got the garrisons. Smerry cannot push this. No, you do not want to go in there. You do not want to go
Drives
in there.
right through the gates.
All
And
right.
he
4
gets
tanks
through.
do survive.
He gets through. Oh my God.
Tanks do survive. Gets the MCV. And what's the target now? Going for the power.
And Smerry.
And
So, yeah, that was interesting.
that was interesting.
I think the towers should be fortified first. I think they would actually have a closer inner shot for a push like that. Maybe. Kind of interesting
Yeah,
to see that
yeah.
happen.
Definitely.
Smerry.
All right, so
And as I say, the division's made for Smerry. Smerry's actually looking pretty tough. We didn't actually have to see much tank control out of him, but he certainly has the build down. And Noob. And again, no reason to be hard. I mean, this tournament, this isn't meant, and obviously I don't want to deter players from being like, I don't want to play in that lower division. Ivor will make fun of me. Obviously, love to have players out. That's what this is about, having D4, having players of all skills coming out here. And Noob, I appreciate him coming out. He said today, hey, I'm too busy to make it. I said we could really use you. He said, I'll be there. So hats off to Noob for banging out. Hats off for Smerry for sitting in the chat, absorbing, becoming a student of the game, and looking tough, taking home that first one.
Indeed. All right, so that was game number 1. Looked pretty definitively a definitive win there for Smerry at the moment. But you know, maybe Noob was trolling and he's about to bring out the guns.
Oh, I like that. That is possible. I think Noob could easily be trolling. Player like Noob, maybe this has all been a facade. This, like, the last couple of months, he's just been like, oh, I'm such a noob, don't worry about me. Boom. And then he's finally going to turn it on, crush everybody, and take home this $5.
yeah. But to your point, Ivor, I gotta respect. You know, when I was a terrible player, I dared not show my face on stream, in games. I was like, no, I'm not good enough. You gotta hand it to the players that they know they're not the best, but they're down to rumble. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, and that's what these lower divisions are for. And that's absolutely right. Respect to the players. As Minka said in the chat, they're both winners. Good job, Minka. Well said. Yeah, the table. I'll show the bracket right after this, guys. Oh, Mr. Mad Tanks with $5. Love that. Love it. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the support, man. Thanks for the support, Mr. Mad Tanks. We're going to keep it rolling around here. That $5 going to the tournament next month. We're going to keep it rolling. All right. And again, Noob. So now he puts the bunker a little more forward. He's creating his own little death triangle. I like that. I like where his head's at.
Very nice. Smerry with gonna try and get a scout here again. It's not really gonna work. All right. He's not gonna go in this time. Noob making some conscripts, filling up those buildings, putting up his defensive positions. Smerry a little bit faster here on that oil. Noob only gonna get it out now. Smerry gets a war factory out. And, you know, this is how you learn.
Yep, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, learning experience around here.
Exactly. You come in, you get wrecked. You say, well, first of all, at least I had the courage to come out while other players just hide in the shadows, right? Second of all, it gives you motivation. All right, I want to get better. Next time, everyone's going to come and say, well, you know, Noob, we saw him last time. He didn't do that well. And then I'm going to surprise everyone and come out and just crush everyone. I'm going to get the practice, get the reps.
Yep.
So that's what it's all about, you know, coming out. First step is being brave enough to actually come and play on stream. That's the first step.
Yep, yeah, that's absolutely right. Plus, it's kind of the beach body thing, right? You know, like you got girls who, you know, that they say, oh, I got to get on a diet for my beach body, and this is kind of like now you have the tournament to make you practice. So now you think like it's never really the day to practice for no reason, but now you're like, oh, Ivor's tournament's coming up, maybe I'll practice a little bit. So it's a little motivation and you know, get more players in the game because that's really what this is. More players, Ari to the moon. We need a lot of players for that. And I like Noob with the Tesla troopers and the bunkers. And I think it's hilarious because, as you guys know, he can attack from up here. Smerry can just come in from the top side. But Smerry might not really realize that either. So Noob's bunkers could get some action again.
Indeed. So the Tesla troopers and the bunkers and all the garrisons. Mary can't push this. Bring out a radar, maybe some V3s. That would definitely be the move here.
V3s? Ooh, yeah, that'd be nice. And yeah, and I think we talked about this at lower divisions. You know, when you watch a pro match, it's also, I think these divisions are nice as spectators because it does make you appreciate a little bit more. If you just watch pro matches, you start taking things for granted. You start thinking that tanks micro themselves, you know? And then when you watch a lower division, you start realizing what it looks like. And I think you can appreciate a little bit more what it's like when these top-level players are playing with 8 arms. You know, you can definitely the different skill levels. And as I say that, Smerry looking tough. The demo trucks are super OP. You know, we don't see him in Blitz that much. This map especially, I think we're going to see him a lot. Especially once you get that War Factory right on the edge of the jungle there. It really makes sense, and we don't see it a lot because people forget. People forget that they're dealing with all factions. You know, as a Soviet player, you have to play with Iraq in traditional Red Alert 2. It's the only option. And so now you're given terrorists and Tesla tanks and demo truck, and you know, and you forget about them. You just forget they're at your disposal. AFK paradrop on the backside there.
Targeting the MCV. All right, we'll see if it can get it done. And yeah, like you said, the appreciation of pros. Another thing to remember is that literally everyone started here at this point. There is no one that was born into this and was just OP at the start.
Woody, we don't know for sure. Woody, we think, was born with a mouse in both hands, but everyone else had to work their way up.
Well, we're not entirely convinced Woody is a human being, so I don't know if he's the right example.
Artificially created Chinese Super Red Alert 2 player. Meant to take over the world.
Definitely genetically engineered. Yeah, something like that, man. It's
yeah. I think, but it is funny. It's funny. It's really funny to think that at one point, Marco was like, well, "Should I build a power plant?" You know, like.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so Noob going for the defensive position here with a lot of drones, and Smerry's taking his time. He's got the IC. He's teched up. And Smerry, actually, this is smart out of him, right? Other players would say, no, I'm going to push. He's saying he's in a defensive position. He's got all these drones. I don't want to lose all my tanks. I'll just tech up, build an IC, and then come in.
Yeah,
so I like it.
Yeah,
players are still thinking.
Yeah, there's no reason to. These drones, oh, yep, pulls behind that bunker and the Tesla coil. Ooh, good move from Smerry, wow. Yeah, I think it's absolutely right. I mean, goes right through the gate.
Never mind. I take it all back, Ivor.
we were literally, does he have his Iron Curtain? Oh, and the Iron Curtain's not ready. He went too soon.
Yeah, he does get the MCV,
Gonna blow himself up here. Can he Iron Curtain before he blows that up? Be nice Iron Curtain. Okay. Oh, and that'll take the barracks.
Very nice.
We gotta stop second guessing Smerry. If he gets
He's got his own plan.
Yeah, he's got his own. That was amazing. He's sitting there all that time thinking, brainstorming. Boom, right through the front gates. I love it. And it did work. You know, it did work. But yeah, it's funny, and I think but that's what we were kind of saying is that these players at a lower level, it's very difficult to make these calculations that pros make on a dime. The pro says, okay, I'm up 2 rhinos. Boom, now's the time. And at a lower level, it's difficult. Like, am I up? Am I down? What's he have? How many drones does it take to counter how many rhinos? How many bunkers counter how many rhinos? They're difficult equations to be making in the heat of the moment. And now, Noob counter-punching with his elite conscripts. Deso coming to counter.
That bunker. Oh, all right. Backs off. Smerry counters. But, you know, another thing, even though Noob is adapting, we saw him last game, you know, he went to Rhinos. he saw that he can't out macro Smerry. So he said, you know what I'm going to do this game? I'm going to spam drones and give him a hell of a time. And that's exactly what he's
Yeah.
doing. Smerry might be leagues ahead, but he can't push. There's too many drones.
Yep, and if he goes through the front gate again, I might break my keyboard, but at the same time, that's what D4 is all about, and I'm excited about it. So, Smerry, send it through the front gate, man. Bring the carnage. The carnage. I forgot to redeem the carnage. Someone redeemed carnage. Carnage is 300 Blitz tokens, so I hope you guys appreciate this. Here comes the carnage. You ready for it?
Here comes the carnage.
Boom. 3,000 Blitz tokens. That's what you get. Sorry, there's a battle going on. That was some good timing. But you guys got the idea. Smerry straight through the gate again. Gonna take home the War Factory. Gonna take home the win. And Smerry looking tough. Looking tough.
Yeah, here's what I want you to do, guys, in the chat. I want you to remember, specifically remember, OO Noob and Smerry in 3 months' time. All right,
Keep an eye on
remember
'em.
those names. Remember those names in 3 months' time. You're going to see what I'm talking about.
That's absolutely right, guys. That's absolutely right. Yeah, both these players. And again, guys, it's you know, Smerry, Onu, both you guys, hats off. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate having new players. It's what's going to keep things going around here. That's what it's all about. Got to keep things growing. So Smerry does take that one home, and I am really proud for Smerry because, like I said, he was a YouTube watching person who didn't understand a lot not very long ago, and both him and Onu, like Snark said, keep an eye on them. These guys are going to be progressing. So Smerry moves on. Now we have. Let's get. All right, let's think about this. All right, I gotta think about this for a second. So, all right, do you know Murray, Snark?
I do not. I've seen him in the chat. I've never seen him play.
Okay, so here's the problem. We have Dr. Killer. Okay, so we have
I would put Dr. Killer versus Fire Truck if
Dr.
if that
Killer
is
already
at all possible.
Let me think about this for a second. So we have BR, Killer, Fire Truck, Murray. So Dr. Killer, we could. Let me think about that. All right, let's have BR and Killer play. The problem is, I think that Killer is someone, Dr. Killer's friend. So I'm afraid Dr. Killer's friend might also be too strong. But I don't know BR either. All right, we're gonna run BR and Killer. Let's run BR and Killer, password 99. And then from that, we'll adjust. We'll maybe mix up maybe we'll do like a little side bracket. We'll put Dr. Killer and someone and do like another. We'll figure it out. But let's get okay, so BR is in here. And then we need Dr. Killer.
All right, so we got TQ Scout OP. Is that BR?
Yeah, yep. And
Killer. Killer with 1 L. Let's do it.
yeah, I guess the only other consideration would be if we could do Fire Truck and Killer. We don't know BR though. We don't know BR or Killer.
We're about to find out. This
Yeah,
is what D4 is all
that's
about.
what. All right, we'll run BR and Killer. Yep. All right, BR and Killer. Pick your own factions. They go blue and green. That's hilarious. Okay. Ooh, rough ping from BR.
Maybe a different tunnel. Where is he from? Do you know?
No.
FCEU, he says.
It is FCEU.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys make sure you hang around for the action because Snark and I, and when I say Snark and I mean I drew up an idea on a napkin and then Snark spent the hours bringing it to life. We have a new game mode. It's called Soviet Zombies. If you've played Call of Duty Zombies, if you haven't, you should be excited. New game mode we're going to be trying out here. It's going to be absolutely awesome later. Okay, so.
Oh, it's going to be epic. It's going to be epic.
We're really excited.
Challenge of the ages.
We're really excited about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. What are we gonna do about this ping? Can you want to ask him where he's from, Snark?
Yeah, sure.
All right. And then I got to take my hoodie off. Hold
Interesting. You know, we saw in the other two matches, both players decided to go Sov. Here, both players are going American from Pakistan. All right, so Pakistan actually FCEU usually is the best for the Pakistani players. Uh, Very nice. All right, all
on. All
right.
right.
So the ping is back to normal. He is from Pakistan, which most of the Pakistan players say that FCEU is the best for them. Like Insanity, like Zayn,
Yeah. It's probably good. I think
Greats.
he probably had the stream open. Now it looks like maybe he closed it, so we should be good. Um, BR in yellow, Killer in red. All right, let's run it. Best of 3.
Here we go. Both of them choosing allied, so we're gonna get some AVA action, a little bit different. So we saw how the D4 bracket approaches SVS. Ivor, what is the plan as AVA in the D4 bracket? What do you think they're thinking? What's their plan? Are we
AV.
gonna see Prism Towers? Are we gonna see Rocketeers? Are we gonna see Eagles? Are we gonna see Prism Tanks? BFs? There's so many options here. Let's see what these D4 players have planned for AVA.
And that's absolutely right. In D4 AVA, this map specifically, new map, AVA, D4, anything can happen. It's fun to see both players mixing things up though for us. I like that. I like that. Fire Truck, you want to play zombies? You can play zombies, man. You're the first one in for zombies. You called it first.
Ooh, that's an honor.
Sumerian Noob, by the way, guys, again, now that you guys are in the chat, thanks for coming out, guys. Thanks for playing. It was a fun game. Noob, you put up a good fight, man. Smary OP. Smary's been, like I said, student of the game. He's been sitting there with his notebook for a lot of streams, and Smary was hungry, Noob. Can't blame you, man. You fought hard. All right. So, Killer in red on the left. BR in yellow on the right. And so it was BR's out of Israel and Killer's out of Pakistan. Is that
No.
right?
No. BR is out of Pakistan and Killer's out of Israel.
Got you. Killer out of Israel. Cool. All right. Yeah, so both very, very similar builds. Killer versus Dr. Killer. I don't. Yeah, and so it looks like BR is going to head up top, try to get that nuclear reactor.
I like it. We got some IFVs out of Killer here, and GI's coming in, pushing in the front door here. We're going to see what he can get done with them. Oh, Pillbox does come out to counter, so these players know what they're doing. Can the IFVs snipe that engineer? Oh, but the Grizzlies come up top to counter. I like what we're seeing here, Ivor. Players are definitely reacting to the game. Both of these players have been watching the streams. They know what they're doing. BR gets the nuclear power plant. That's a huge advantage as allied.
Yep, well played. Yeah, and I think it's interesting to see in these lower divisions, interesting oil. Builds in oil so we can build down. Jesus, BR must have got some reps in, because he had to build down. Whoa, and this base walk. You know, it's so funny. The original map design was meant so that you could only base walk over that cliff, and then I kind of forgot about it. And we've seen players just landscape and push through the forest, but here I am worried about Killer sandbagging, and we got BR looking tough, man. Clearly has some reps in on the map. I love that he came out here with a game plan, and it's very similar to chess. In chess, if you don't have an opening, you're just pushing pieces. You're not really playing chess. You know, the mid game, the late game, that's where you have to be a top level player. Things devolve. You kind of have to fly by the seat of your pants. But the opening in Blitz, you should have a very specific opening. And in this case, BR had an opening. He took the hill. He prism walked down. That was his MO. He came out the gate with it, and he was able to execute it. And forces
Killer diving.
Yeah, forces Killer to make a move he doesn't want to make, and that's what a good player is all about. Put your opponent in a position where he's forced to do something he doesn't want to do. Low power. These prism towers are just going to eat him up. And
wow, BR with the man with a plan, coming in, getting that tech, base building off it, prism walking. BR proving that D4 has some hidden gems in it.
Yep, and that's really it. It's interesting to note, you know, for as far as the competitive fairness of D4, yeah, we lose a little bit today. But as far as finding new players to play Blitz, we're all winning. You know, future matches, as we get these guys, we've seen a lot of good players today, and as we get these divisions balanced out over time, as we learn the players more and the divisions more, we're going to be in for a real treat because, I mean, that's what it's about, getting fresh players in here, and we found a new good player here in BR, I think.
Yeah, here we go. BR really double AFC out of BR. 15k in the bank. Prism walking his face off. BR? D1 maybe?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm joking. He's not D1.
Yeah, not
but
D1.
I love what I'm seeing. I love
Yeah.
what I'm seeing, Ivor. I love these newer players proving that they're watching, they make plans, they're smart, they're, you know, they got, it's great, man. We're finding these players and they're really proving they deserve to be in Blitz tournaments.
It really is. It's a beautiful thing. And the other thing to note here is that sometimes, you know, a good strategy. Well, I mean, BR's looking OP across the board. He's pumping tanks. He had a really nice prism walk. He's looking really, really tough. But yeah, so the other thing too is there's no limit on these brackets. They're not limited to 8. We can run as many players as we want. So the other thing too is we'll bump these guys up tomorrow. Any of these guys who have proven too good for D4 that want to play tomorrow. The big idea is it's only a $5 prize today. So it's like, there shouldn't be that much of an incentive to sandbag. I think most of these players, honestly, they aren't familiar with Blitz as much. You know what I mean? They don't really know what to expect from the other players. They don't know the other players, and they don't want to get stomped. So they play the lowest division that I let them play. It's simple as that. You know, it's self-preservation. You really can't blame them. But BR, BR looking OP. BR looking OP.
Yeah, indeed. BR really bringing it home. And again, I wanna shout out to, you know, players that aren't necessarily winning the D4 division, but they actually have the guts to come out here and do their best. OO Noob, Killer, coming out, you know, and that's what it's all about. That is what it's all about. Trying it out, learning, advancing. This is where everyone starts. And I'm telling you, keep an eye on these players, Ivor. In a few months' time, they're gonna surprise you. Smiri literally just mentioned in the chat that last month was horrible for him. And this month, you know, he's advanced, he's adapted, he's learned. We're gonna see all these players doing that.
Yep, I think so. And it'll be interesting here. The second point, it's actually Killer fell radically behind on the base walk. Early on, he was actually looking tough here. So if Killer's able to deny that base walk here, basically BR had a really good plan and it executed perfectly. BR wasn't getting totally stomped before the base walk. So it'll be interesting here. We see Killer switch over to Soviet. We'll see if he can hold on a little bit here. Legend in D4 next month? Yeah, I think that seems fair.
Aren't you going to create a special D5 just for Legend?
Yeah, it's Legend and Artie in D5, yeah. Here I am. I was so worried. I was like, we'd better do BO3 because you never know. These D4 players might just be playing SimCity. All of a sudden we get out here, D4, everyone's just banging out. We got Prism base walks and Kirovs and demo trucks. I love it.
High level stuff going on here. High level stuff. All right, we got Killer on the right, BR on the left. This time it's different. Killer takes Soviet. I like it. You know, he sees the AVA. He says, all right, let's switch it up. Fine. You beat me AVA. Can you beat me as Soviet?
Yep, I think that's the perfect counter here. If you have a player who's obviously, I mean, you can't assume that BR has more than one epic plan up his sleeve. You got to assume he wants to base walk again. That Prism Tower base walk, obviously, it's more of a mid-game strategy, and a good way to shut that down is some early pressure from the Rhinos. Try to deny that. Certainly deny him getting that nuclear reactor because, like I talked about, this jungle's not easy to build through right now. Being able to come over that cliff like he did was so fast. I actually loved that move. I wonder if he didn't catch that on a stream. I wonder if Jaz or someone hadn't been practicing that move because it was really, really beautiful.
It's very possible, and look at that. I love how Killer is denying him the power plant this time, and he's going to get it himself. So BR might have gotten it last time, but this time it's all Killer. He's got the power. He's got the flak tracks to counter the Rocketeers. Here come the Eagles. We're going to see what they could get done. But Killer adapting. I love it. Killer is adapting and learning the game.
And going to try to take the Paradrop as well. And I think that's a good move. Soviet versus Allied. Certainly trying to take control of the map. Take both those early techs early on if you can hold them. And yeah, we see BR's pumping Eagles and Grizzlies. No more Rockies coming out. He is struggling a bit financially. We have talked about this map favors Allied a bit, gives Allied a bit of a bump compared to some other maps because early economy for Allied can be so difficult, and on this map you start with a free oil. So in theory it should help him keep things rolling a little bit, and he's not bottoming out. So if he can stay busy with those Eagles, I think that's certainly the move. Sniper out, try to counter some fodder. I'd like to see Killer go down and take that paradrop. He's got the gate down, he's got the engineer. No reason not to move in. GI's coming here. And GIs can prove very, very... And here comes the Prism Walk straight through the jungle.
Oh, Killer's gonna push us, but the GI's deployed. This is a bad push.
Bad push there. What's he got? No radar. Ooh, he needs to get a radar out. Okay, so now that Prism Tower, another Prism Tower can't come though. He right now he would have to do some landscaping. So he just needs. Oh, but the War Factory is in range, unfortunately, and that's his only War Factory. You got to assume he was just trying to build a radar. Does get a couple drones in though. That's nice. And okay, but he's BR does counter, sells the War Factory. So now Killer does have a moment because this jungle is going to slow down that Prism Walk just a bit. So he does have a moment to breathe here. He does need to get a War Factory out. I don't know where his next building is. I thought maybe he was going to try to build a radar, but something should be coming out. And where is it?
Oh, that Eagle's going to go snipe that Angie that's trying to get the airport.
It does get it. So so I think he was building a radar, got canceled when he had to sell the War Factory. Okay. Anyway, so War Factory out now. Yeah, so the GIs are very, very interesting in lower level divisions. Lower level players struggle a bit with running GIs over. So we'll see here. As I say that, Killer did a fine job.
Decent job for sure. Very nice, but BR looking so ahead here. 2 AFCs. He's got 6 Eagles out on the field, Prisms and Grizzlies for days. And unfortunately, I don't see what Killer can do in this situation. But he definitely adapted. I want you guys to notice this. All right, because this is what it's all about. Last game was AVA. He got completely wrecked. This game, he countered. He got the tech. He's making moves. I love what I'm seeing here. 8 Eagles coming in, going for the MCV. Moves the MCV to try and dodge. But, BR was trying to bait it. Can he get this MCV? Oh, gets it.
Here's the new question next month. Hey, can I play D4? I have a question. When you send 8 Eagles to attack someone's MCV, do you stall them at the last second because the player's going to repack? If you're stalling your Eagles to hit the MCV, you're not D4.
Yeah. BR definitely proving that he's so. But I love this Ivor because we're finding so many.
I'm giddy about it. Like I said, the D4, the sanctity, the competitive nature of the D4 tournament, we've lost a bit today, but what we've lost on that, we've gained immensely by finding a lot of new players here, which is awesome. I mean, I'd love to get BR with a little bit more experience. I'd love to see what kind of division he could be playing in because he's looking really, really tough. And the biggest thing that BR has demonstrated is an ability to understand the map and strategies, and I love that. So excited to see where BR will get. Killer as well, playing good. Excited to see where he gets over time. Yeah, I mean, like I said, in this tournament, so this month, we got about 40 people playing this tournament, a lot of new names, so we're going to be seeing a lot of this month. Probably some upsets because of it, but at the same time, finding a lot of new players. Yeah, BR looking tough. Yeah, and as you guys, I don't know if you check the schedule, if you're not in the Discord, be sure to join the Discord. If you're not, it's amazing. Discord, free messaging app. It's awesome. Join my server. Stay up to date on what's going on. If you're in the Discord, you'll know that next Thursday, we are running the Mongolian Open Blitz tournament. 8 players out of Mongolia. Seals helping me set it up. 8 pretty good level players going to be playing some Blitz. They're excited about it. They've been practicing the map. So a Mongolia Blitz Open next Thursday. Going to be even more new players. All right. Now, so BR. OP.
Very, very nice out of BR there. We're finding these great players. So who do we got that we think is... so far are pretty all right. So we're looking at the bracket, right? Obviously, Dr. Killer and BR looking a little bit D2, just a little bit.
Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put BR. We're gonna have BR and Dr. Killer play. They both won. We're gonna have BR and Dr. Killer play, and then we're gonna have Smerry play the winner of. Well, then we got Fire Truck and Murray. Well, I think we got to let Fire Truck. I mean, at this point, it's so skewed. Might as well let Fire Truck and Murray run it. Might as well play it out from here. But we will drop Smerry down so that he's not playing BR or Dr. Killer. You got to assume, I think, because as far as, I think BR Dr. Killer should be a pretty good match, and I want to see it. So let's run BR Dr. Killer in the semi on the top side. And then we'll move Smerry down to play the winner of Fire Truck and Murray. So anyway, Fire Truck and Murray hop in here in 99.
Scout OP was BR on the bracket. So the player who was in here that was called Scout OP, his name in the bracket is BR. Anonymous Sometime 1.
Yeah, that's who. Yeah, BR just won that. I can change this actually.
All right. So now we're going to get Murray versus Fire Truck in here.
Murray
Now,
versus Fire
again,
Truck. Password 99. Boom. Murray's in here. Fire Truck, let's go. Let's go.
let's do this. Does Fire Truck have the password? There we go. He does. Here we go, boys. We're going into the final game of the first section of the bracket. And it only gets better. That's the beauty about these brackets. You know, next we're going to have some epic games like BR versus Dr. Killer. We're going to have higher level games. And this is only, you know, Ivor, this is what blows my mind. This is only D4, and we're getting some great action. What on earth are we going to get on D3?
I know.
D2, D1, and then the freaking pro bracket, which is just going to, you know, I don't even know if my brain's going to be able to handle it.
I'm giddy about it. That's right, guys. 6 divisions this month. This was meant to be the lowest, but we're already seeing great matches. It's only going to get better over time. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I am excited.
It's going to be great. It is going to be great. So Murray versus Fire Truck, both of them choosing Soviet. Here we go. Best of 3. So far, we have gotten some great stuff out of these players.
Fire Truck, can you be green? No. I just started. I don't say anything. No, you can't be green. It's red, yellow. Anonymous, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate the follow. And the X-Cole, X-Train. Bunch of new followers. I love it.
Here we go, boys. Murray on the right, Fire Truck on the left, SVS. Who's going to get the tech? Who's going to build more aggressively? Who's going to build faster? What is the build? What is the eco? Do you tech up? What is the plan here? We're going to see what these players plan to do. All right, so we got some scouts going out. Hopefully they'll garrison the buildings. There we go.
Almost gets a scout through there. And so I'm not sure if someone said something wrong, but if the chat is at all confused here, Murray is in red on the right and Fire Truck is in yellow, and the names are correct on the scoreboard. So nothing to be confused about. All right. Both players fortifying their structures. You got to assume there's definitely an advantage being later in the bracket, too. You know, obviously watching other people in your bracket play, learning from their mistakes, certainly. Yeah, you got to assume. But, yeah, Murray, hopefully Murray can put on a bit of a show here. You said Fire Truck has a bit of experience, but Murray with a similar build, I think he's been in the stream. He's been watching all morning, training for this. Both players looking hungry. Love it.
Indeed. All right, so Fire Truck gets a dog up top to try to stop Murray from getting the tech here. We got Rhinos out, so both players with a very similar build. 3 oils each and a War Factory. Murray a tiny bit ahead on his build, though. He does get a power plant out earlier. Can he capitalize on that advantage? We'll see. You know what I love about Murray here is that he's bringing out the infantry, man.
Yep, and it's so huge. Said it time and time again. And I'm gonna say it once more for you guys. Dogs are used as fodder in higher level games because they keep up with tanks. Conscripts can't hoof it across the board as much. And so, I mean, there are other reasons, obviously, dogs, you know, but the conscripts in lower matches like this, they can work good as fodder because they can keep up with the tanks. You don't have as far to go. So I love mixing the conscripts in there as well. Both players mixing the fodder. And yeah, I love this. We're seeing Rhino dancing, both players with fodder throwing out in front. That's just classic D4 right here for you.
Classic D4 for sure, but a Desolator out for Fire Truck, and now he's going to head out towards the top, leaving his base open. Murray's going to take advantage of this opening and go in here. Let's see what he can get done. Fire Truck coming in the back door, and now Murray backing off to defend. Can he get this oil?
Ooh,
let's see.
Unfortunate chain reaction. What's it going to take with it?
But what is it going to cost him? Oh, Murray could have cut him off there, and
and he's still going to cut him off. Yep, and it is going to does take his army there. Yeah, I would say this is a solid D3, possibly D2 tank battle. Love it, love it. Love it out of these D4 guys. You know, maybe it's something, it's something in the air today. I think that's what it's all about. It's all these D4 players bootstrapping themselves into top-level plays for our entertainment, and I love it. Tesla Troopers out now from Fire Truck. Nice sentry gun there. Murray, depending on his scout, depending on how he knows what's going on, he does have an opening here, but it's not going to be through the front gate, as I've said 1,000 times.
Yeah, but War Factories are exposed. If he micros well,
he could.
Oh, Murray, you're killing me.
Yeah, Murray could take that War Factory out. He could stay right out of range of the bunker. I think you're right. Ooh, and that's not how. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, this is so stressful.
Can he take advantage of this? He needs to keep making tanks. He needs to keep building. He's gonna get the one more factory. Can he get the second one? This is looking decent for Murray. And here I come out a fool saying Fire Truck was the one that's way too good. Murray is the one that's proving that he's got the skills. GG is called by Fire Truck. Not yet. What are you doing, Fire Truck? No. You can still hold on. Sentry guns, Tesla troopers. You're doing fine. Don't give up.
He's got
this.
He's got 6K and an MCV, and he's got an opponent who forgot he can attack from the top side. Oh, demo truck coming.
Demo truck coming in, but going for the troops. Should have gone for the war factory. Probably could have snuck it in there and gotten it. But does get all the infantry, which was a great target here. But the Tesla troopers keep coming out. Fire truck can still hold on here. Can Murray make a push here? He isn't making more war factories, so he isn't producing any faster than Fire Truck is. If Fire Truck keeps up the Tesla troopers, oh, and Fire Truck's gonna go in here for a counter attack.
Oh, nice. Murray's got a Deso there. Yeah, and Murray's happy to let him throw here. And I don't mind this move from Fire Truck. He's kind of got it. He's kind of has to try to make something happen. Although, to be fair, Murray isn't radically improving his position. He's not building anything. He's on 23K. He may not even be building tanks. Okay, he is building tanks. He's only on 2 war factories. He hasn't pushed tech. So honestly, Murray has not really pushed his hand here. And Fire Truck's on 4K, still has his MCV. He could, he's not even really that far behind on tanks, honestly.
Yeah, and Murray splitting up 2 rhinos to deal with the Desolator in the top right and sending in his own Desolators, but Tesla calls are out for Fire Truck, so Murray can't really make a push here yet. There's even one Tesla call charged up with Tesla Troopers, which, to anyone that doesn't know, gives it extra range and more firepower.
You gotta juice up those Tesla coils. Pro move.
Indeed, so Murray can make a push here, but Murray now teched up on 3 war factories, definitely slowly inching ahead, becoming more and more powerful and more dominant. And now we got terrorists coming out from Fire Truck, sneaking up the top here. Maybe gonna try and snipe that battle lab. We're gonna see the tanks go up to the top, and Fire Truck goes in the center. Now Murray splits up his units to defend from the terrorists and from the tank attack in the bottom at the same time. We're seeing high level stuff going on here.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, the terrorist move was funny. Okay, so now Murray, it's funny because, you know, what kind of plays do you have in your playbook as a player? And at a lower level, you might be used to not getting ahead as often. So maybe you don't have these game-ending moves. Like, what do you do when you're way up in those kind of positions? Like, Murray had that opportunity. And Murray was just a little late with the Iron Curtain. He was a little late with the tech. I mean, Murray's on 20K, so where's the Kirov? Where's the demo truck? The Iron Curtain was a little late. You know what I mean? He doesn't really have... You can tell he doesn't really have those plays ready to go, like, hey, I'm way up, how do I end this? And he's still going to be able to, but he, obviously, you never want to leave that window of opportunity open. You don't want to let a player stay in the game this long, but as I say that, Murray doing a good job closing things out now, coming in that back door, now behind enemy walls here, and, yeah, going to be able to clean things out. Well played by both players. Chases that MCV down. Murray Deso. Okay, Fire Truck calls GG. Murray OP. I like how Fire Truck's like GG, and then he's like, I don't know, maybe it's not GG. If Murray's not going to attack, maybe it's not GG. To be fair, Minka, Fire Truck didn't say GG, he just said G. So maybe it was like a trick. Just trying to find a way around these Desos. So many Desos. Smerry the Fire Truck. Smerry, you can't be messing with me about player colors, man. That's serious stuff. You're a mod now. You're not just some random guy in the peanut gallery who can just mess with me. You're a mod. If you say the colors are off, I stop what I'm doing, Smerry. And now I find out you're just making a hilarious joke about the stereotypical color of fire trucks. It's not mod behavior, Smerry.
How dare you, Smerry?
To be fair,
Alright, so...
Yeah, okay, go ahead, sir.
No, I was just calling out the situation here. Murray with the 4th War Factory coming out. A lot of Desolators making a push here. Still ahead. And Murray trying desperately to retreat back into his base. He knows he can't face this fodder. But looking pretty damn good for Murray right now. those Desolators with this amount will actually do damage to Rhinos even if they're not deployed. They shoot their guns, and they
Oh,
actually,
really?
with that amount, they do damage.
Oh, I forget about that. And yeah, it's not. And you know, and the other things, Fire Truck, people saying Fire Truck calling GG and not quitting. Fire Truck may also have remembered there's a timer. You know, well now he's pushing recklessly, but Fire Truck could chill and try to hope to win on points. It's a little bit random, honestly. Like, there's no reason to GG out if you can bring it to the timer, hopefully pick up a win. You know. Hi X in the house. V3 rocket now, but the Desos are on the back of his base. Very annoying. The V3 is coming out now.
Oh, but Murray's going to make a push here, but the Tesla coils are here to help defend, and there's that Elite Rhino doing some serious work here, and Murray backs off again, but he does get the V3s out of the way. There's still Desolators in the back of Fire Truck's base, and Fire Truck with decent tank control here, backing off, using those Tesla coils to their maximum. But at the end of the day, Murray on 4 War Factories, way ahead here.
Murray way ahead, but the question is now is that can Murray close it out before the timer goes? He does only have about 1 minute left, and yeah, I mean, I think that's it's a tournament. You're playing to win. There's no reason not to let it go to timer. Yeah, if you call GG and you don't quit, that's the definition of gamesmanship. Gamesmanship is doing something. There's no rule against it, right? It's not cheating, but it's just kind of questionable. It's like when you're playing golf, the other guy's teeing off, and you're shaking your keys in your pocket. You know, gamesmanship. In boxing, you put your hand out like you want to touch gloves to like say good luck, and then you knock the other guy out. It's a little questionable, but it's not technically against the rules. So, Fire Truck now on 52K, in case anyone's wondering.
Fire Truck on 52k, but no MCV, so he can't really produce anything. He is producing infantry and tanks, which is the maximum he can do, which is great. Murray is going to push in here.
Here comes
and,
the timer.
you know, if it comes... Yeah, and the timer... 5... Ooh, it is over. Who wins? Fire Truck!
Oh my god. Yep, because Murray threw so many units. Look at the kills. And so Fire Truck does take that one first home, and that's why you know, it's funny. I personally experience this a lot in chess. I have decent openings. I'm a new player, decent openings. And the problem is at the end, even if I get up, my opening works perfectly, I'm terrible at end games. I can't checkmate the opponent. And so I'll end up blundering my pieces and evening out the game. And Murray learned that lesson there as well. Is he had a good opening, good mid game, but he didn't have a plan ready to end the game, to chop off the head. And that's really important, especially with this timer. You don't want to let people hang out like that. Murray learned the lesson the hard way, but it does, you know, as far as our entertainment goes, it could be good because of Murray. It's pretty even. So, I mean, anyway, we're in for more entertainment, certainly.
Indeed, indeed. What a great game there. So that's something you gotta be aware of. We don't want these games to last too long, and therefore there is the timer. And if you throw away unit after unit after unit, even though you're way ahead, you could still lose.
Yep.
So lesson number 1, never give up.
Never give up. Yep. So remember this guy as the defender. Never give up and try to pick up points wherever you can. You know, he had a couple counter punches. He cleaned out. He just kept destroying the waves of Murray's units. But remember, as the attacker, you need to have that play in your arsenal. If you're the Allied player or the Soviet player, what are you going to do to end the game against an MCV-less player who just won't quit? You know, spam the Eagles, spam the Kirovs, demo trucks, super weapons. You have those things at your disposal for this reason. There's the Navy. You know, bring out the dreadnoughts, bring out the aircraft carriers. Whatever your division you're in, keep that in mind, because some players won't quit. All right, so it is 1-0. Fire Truck takes that one home. And Murray, guy like Murray, man, you smack him once, now he's going to smack you back. Murray's got to be hungry. He's got to be a little bit annoyed. Let's see what they bring here as we move into point number 2.
Indeed, indeed. Another mistake I just want to point out from last game. Murray sent about 15 Desolators into Fire Truck's base that all got cleaned up by 1 drone. That's a lot of kills and a lot of points for Fire Truck. So that's another thing to keep in mind. If it's going to come down to time, you guys do not want to throw away units for free.
Yep, especially, and that's a good point. If it is coming end game and you're not looking like you're going to end it, protect your units because there is a little bit of voodoo involved with point lore, but an important thing to keep in mind is that the value of the unit, the value of the structure matters immensely, and Desolators are expensive. They're valuable. Roy Afty Smary in the chat hyping things up. Love it. Love it, guys. Yeah, so now similar builds again. Both players coming out right away, and both players looking hungry. Fire Truck doesn't want to fight on his heels. He doesn't want to have to snatch victories from the jaws of defeat. Yeah, he wants to come right at him here. And Murray, a bit of landscaping. Murray might be looking for a bit of a base walk here.
Possible. 2 war factories out for Murray, 2 war factories out for Fire Truck as well. Fire Truck with the fodder advantage at the moment, but Murray does have the airport in the bottom. Fire Truck now attempting to go to the top, but he needs something to destroy that chain link fence. Trying to keep Murray in his base, keeping the pressure on. I love it, sending 1 tank. That's a pro move. Nope, never mind. Keeping it down. Dog's going to the top to try and get this NG. Bit of a dogfight at the top. The
does
this engineer.
Does lose the engineer. And yeah, so fodder advantage, like you said, for Fire Truck, which is nice here. I like Murray's use of his sentry guns. He does, you have the economy for it, especially with this starting early oil derrick. It really does change the meta, and I specifically did that to keep players on their toes. Everyone had a specific order down: power plant, oil, war factory. But whatever order it was, they knew how to balance it. This extra oil, though, it does let you be a little bit more aggressive, more room for defensive structures. You can push those early war factories a bit sooner and manage your economy effectively. Deso out now for Fire Truck. No radar for Murray. Ooh, early tech, Fire Truck battle lab.
Yeah. Fire Truck is decked up. Let's see if he brings out the Kirova. Let's see if he brings out something. Fire Truck might still take this one home. Remember, the score is 1-0 for Fire Truck, and if he wins this one, he will be advancing.
Yeah, it would be very unfortunate here. And I like Murray. So Murray's pulled ahead with a nice tank advantage. He's been ahead on war factories for a while now. He just needs to not attack where the defensive structures are. I'd love to see Murray go to topside. I'd love to see Murray get a couple desos to defend maybe a base trade, go topside, buzz through the wall, and make something happen. Questioning himself,
V3s.
Behind, do not go into the bunker, do not go into the bunker, okay.
Yeah, all right, he's going into the top. He's following your advice, Ivor, but he needs to back out of there. He can't string his tanks out one at a time.
You don't want to go through a bottleneck. You want to blow a big gate open. There you go. So you can get all your tanks through. You don't want to have to deal with them getting slightly trapped. And he's okay here. He is, and some more reinforcements coming in. He's fine here. Murray's fine.
Indeed, Murray does take out the doesn't want to blow up his own tanks. Needs to be careful of that. But Murray definitely in a strong position here. Going to take out the MCV as well. Yes, gets the MCV as well. Gets the IC. And now Murray is way ahead on 4 war factories versus 2. Looking really, really good for Murray. Tons of tanks reinforcements coming in. Even though I love Fire Truck move with the V3s to take out the airport, it looks like it's not going to be enough. And Murray is going to take this one home, which will bring the score to 1-1.
Yeah, and Fire Truck could have reacted a bit, maybe a bit sooner with the Desos. He got way behind. He tried to push early tech, fell way behind on Rhinos. It's really as simple as that.
Indeed.
And now he calls GG again and doesn't quit. Yep.
Murray targeting the Desos. All right, Boris comes out. I mean, again, Fire Truck could try and hold on here, but 5 war factories versus 0. Let's do the math, Ivor. 5 war factories versus 0. Who's gonna win? Probably.
Yeah. I mean, Soviet versus Soviet, massive war factory advantage. Hard to come back from it. And also, Fire Truck. So he tried to push that early tech. He didn't really get much out of it, right? I mean, there's early tech moves that can work. Maybe you get your iron curtain. Maybe you're pumping cure-offs. There is ways to, it's not to say, oh, you have to go early war factories. Early tech never works, Soviet versus Soviet. But if you go early tech, you got to make something happen with it. And Murray with a nice Rhino storm there, looking super tough, takes that one home.
Indeed, which brings the score to 1-1. So we are going to get a game 3 out of these players.
Boys, game number 3. Oh, switching over to the no time map.
No time map. All right, so there is no time limit on this one because we reached the final game. Here we go, boys.
Marco with the raid. Marco, buddy, I appreciate it. Marco's the man. What a guy. What a class act, huh? All right. And all right. Raiders, you guys are in for a treat too, just in time here. So here we go, guys. We got game number 3 here. We are in the $200 Blitz tournament. This is division number 4 today. So it's supposed to be kind of newbies. It's mostly not noobs. Got some sandbaggers in here, but that's okay because they're putting on a show for us. So this is Murray versus Fire Truck in the prelims right now. Both these players have been banging out. It is 1-1. It's best of 3. So you guys are just in time because this is game number 3 right now. Game number 3. Winner of this, moving on to the tournament. The loser's dropping out. XWXQX, thanks for the follow. ZVAS1, thanks for the follow, guys. Appreciate it. All right, so Murray in red on the right, Firetruck in yellow on the left. Now, the first match, Firetruck was able to win on the timer. The 10-minute timer went off. Firetruck was able to take it home. But Murray was looking tough. The second match, Murray took home pretty decisively. Firetruck tried to push early tech. Murray was able to storm down with the Rhinos. Game number 3 here. Let's see if players adjust at all. You got to assume Murray's going to be going straight Rhinos, right, Snark? What's the counter for Firetruck?
Counter for, so there's 2 counters, right? If you do super fast tech, there is a build on this map where the tech is worth much more. You make a Kirov, you force the other players to stop making Rhinos and try to make air. You know, you go to Dreadnought, you go to IC, and by that point, he's only like 1 War Factory ahead, like 1 tank ahead, a few, 2-3 tanks ahead maximum, a few sentry guns, a Deso, you're fine. Alright,
Yep.
so if he wants to go the tech route, he can, but he has to do it right. Here comes a drone out of Firetruck to try and stop Murray from getting the airport. Does succeed, very nice.
Yep, he wants
The
to
other
deny.
option is...
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Snark.
No, I'm saying the other option is, you know, go head on, right? You go mass war factories, I'll go mass war factories. Firetruck going very early second war factory, so he is going to try to counter Murray's war factories with his own.
Yeah, so it looks like Firetruck, like I said, that last game he tried to go tech, it didn't work out. So this game he's gonna try to go Rhino for Rhino with Murray, which I think is scary. I think Murray has displayed that he's kind of the better Rhino war player, but I like Firetruck fighting fire with fire, pun intended, coming right at him here, getting good use of some conscript fodder in there, and we're gonna see Murray. A lot of proactive sentry guns from Murray. He hasn't been afraid to do that, and he has been able to balance his economy with it. A lot of proactive defensive structures have not slowed down his build so far in the series, so I think we will be seeing them again. Early radar now from Firetruck. Gonna get some Desos out to help handle that fodder. Neither player has taken any tech yet. Both players doing a good job denying it. We've seen how decisive the tech has been in this tournament so far. I think both players have really started valuing, you know, even if they can't get it, how important it is to deny the opponent getting it. Yeah, and as we go, no nuclear reactor, no para drop out. Both players pumping the fodder, and Murray again with a bit of landscaping. He did this last time. He didn't push through. I'm not sure why he does that, but whatever the case, bit of landscaping here. Where are we at? And Firetruck does pull ahead on war factories, but Firetruck's bottoming out his money. So Murray, so Firetruck spread himself out a little too thin. That's going to disrupt his build here. He is going to be not building full speed as he's bottoming out on money.
Indeed, if you're going to be building infantry, tanks, you know, defenses, you'll need at least 6 oils. Does get a 5th oil out, which is good enough for spamming, you know, tanks out of 3-4 war factories for sure. Question is he making infantry? Is he making defenses? Because that's where his eco is going to bottom out.
Yeah.
Murray, on the other hand, you know, teching up, gets this nuclear power plant out. He's happy, man. He's happy. He's got 10K in the bank.
Yeah, Murray, it's funny. It was interesting to see. We saw a complete shift in strategies here as we see Murray settling into early tech and Firetruck spamming the Rhinos. And it's always frustrating to be playing the kind of player who does your strategy. Like, you know, Firetruck's like, oh, the Rhinos are OP, tech is stupid. So now it's going to be pretty funny if Murray's able to beat him with both. If Murray picks up the win with the Rhinos, and then now Murray picks up the win. But it's going to be difficult as Firetruck jumps in here, takes a nice bite, denies that naval yard. Nice chain reaction from the oil. A lot of bruised tanks in there, though. Needs to be careful, especially with these Desos.
And is he going up? Does he really want to go up? Murray is in a position where he can just go in and attack. Ooh, but Murray desoing his own tanks more than he's desoing Firetruck's tanks.
You don't want to deso your own tanks. That's why it's called D4. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So Murray on 20K, definitely not spending enough. Firetruck now not spending enough, going up to 10K, and his money keeps rising. V3 comes out, not sure what that is for. But Firetruck does have the tank number advantage, and he should be doing something with it before the IC is ready in 1 minute.
Yeah,
he
the
could be
IC
in
is
trouble
coming.
if that IC pops off.
Yep, the IC is coming. And nice Desos from Murray. And I think Murray's got to be questioning himself a little bit. He's got to be wondering if he should have gone Rhinos here, but he's still banging out. Oh my God, that is so many bruised Rhinos. And Murray's hungry right now. He wants those Rhinos. Uses the IC. He can clean up all the Rhinos here. The V3s are. Oh my God, the V3s are. Look at the range on that V3. Oh my God.
That is insane, but it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Murray pushes in here with the IC. And yeah, he pushes in. He gets behind enemy lines. He's going to get the MCV here. Fire Truck has nothing left except for these V3s. There's 5 rhinos in the top right that could go in and do some damage.
Yep, and unfortunately he wasn't able to save that last War Factory. So without the War Factory, he's got 5 rhinos left. And what a play from Murray. Oh my god, what an absolute... I was getting a little worried for Murray. I thought Fire Truck was going to be able to use that, but that's the tech, right? That he was able to push his tech. He timed it perfectly. You know, had he got that IC out just a little bit later, he wouldn't have been able to use it. And maybe, possibly questionable, maybe Fire Truck should have used his Rhino advantage earlier on, because that IC obviously completely switched the sides there.
Indeed. So GG called from Fire Truck. GG is called from Murray. It is over at this point, and we've seen this before. So Fire Truck calls GG, but he still likes to try and he knows when it's over, but he tries to put up a fight, even though it is over.
Yep.
But either way, good series.
Yeah. Wow. Great match there. What a gunfight! Gunfight. You guys see that? All you guys came out to shoot your guns too. You were excited. You didn't want to sit on the sidelines. We need the avatars out here shooting guns. Kirov out now to finish things off. There is no timer, so in the final match here in game number 3, because it's the match point, there is no timer, so Fire Truck can't try to wait things out here. Nothing left to do. Yeah, Fire Truck, he calls GG. You guys are thinking, oh, he calls GG and then he quits, right? No, he's just actually saying good game. He's just saying it. It's just a statement. He doesn't mean I'm leaving. He just says good game.
Yeah, and that power plant is all that's left. As soon as Murray gets that, the series is over.
Love it, love it, love it. Great match there. Murray taking it home. Tough from Murray. Looking great. Minka, yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's because of the timer. There's no timer in the final map, so it's getting messed up. I'll make a note of that. Yep, should have done something about the eye. Yeah. Well played, well played. All right, so
it is not over.
Wait, that series is over.
That series is over. I'm saying the action. Has
I was
begun.
like, wait, that series is over, though, right? All right.
Yeah.
So Murray does take that one home.
Indeed, he does. So now we're gonna get BR versus Dr. Killer.
BR versus Dr. Yep, BR versus Dr. Killer, password 99. Yeah, so honestly, we've every single match so far, we've had players, everyone in D4 has been too high. The Smerry and Noob match was the only D4 match we've had, and even Smerry's looking a little tough. So, anyway, guys, like I said, you know, doing these tournaments with lower divisions early on, we have a lot of players we don't know. This is just kind of the issues with it. Over time, I'm going to keep a complete ranking system of all the players who play Blitz. And over time, you know, each month I'll adjust. So, you know, these players that are too good will go up to D3. The players that should be in D4, maybe we add a D5 for guys like Artie and Snark. But the point is, just kidding. The point is, though, as we get more experience with this, we will be balancing out things better. But it worked out good today because everyone sandbagged, so we got these competitive matches.
I love it. I love it. It was really, really great matches here, and we keep going, guys. We have BR versus Dr. Killer. Now, these were the winners of the previous rounds. These guys looked D3, both of them. They looked pretty damn strong, so it's going to be a good series right now. Best of 3, and they get to choose their factions. Dr. Killer choosing Soviet, and BR, like we saw him, goes Allied.
Yeah, so BR going to keep the Allied here. Yeah. So again, guys, this is the semifinal winner of this going on to the championship. Dr. Killer says, let's go. I love it. He's hungry. Love that. Red, yellow, Dr. Killer in yellow, BR in red. Let's get it going, man. We're moving today. These games are rolling, Snark, huh? Love it.
Indeed. All right, so we got BR on the right-hand side, Dr. Killer on the left. Soviet versus Allied. Now, we saw BR be pretty damn OP in Allied versus Allied and Allied versus Soviet. Dr. Killer, we only saw him play versus Soviet. Can he produce the same outcome versus an Allied player?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. This is the first time we've had the factions swapped up. We got to do a quick... I had the championship map on with no timer. I had to switch that back. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think, is this the first? Wait, have we seen Allied versus Soviet today yet? Oh yeah, we
We
did.
saw
Yeah, yeah.
one game. Yeah, we saw one game. BR play versus Soviet players. So, like I was saying, BR we know he knows how to face Soviet, and we know he knows how to face Allied decently, right? Dr. Killer, we only know he did good versus Soviet. Can he produce the same outcome versus an Allied player? It's a completely different strategy. You need to really rethink your strategy, rethink your game. We're gonna see if he can get it done here.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Let's see what this looks like here as we come out. Allied versus Soviet again. We got BR in red on the left, Dr. Killer in yellow on the right. Both these guys in their prelims. If you matched it, if you missed it, these guys are killers, man. These guys were banging out, banging out in the D4 prelim. Both players. Wait, so who had that epic base walk over the top of the reactor?
BR.
BR. Oh yeah, that's right. So we've seen, yeah, the BR's base walking strat, the prism walk was beautiful. Both players clearly know the map. They're hungry and should be in for a real treat here. Let's see how it goes. What do you think? What do you think? From the little we know, it's a hard guess. What are you feeling, Snark? Money on the line. Where are you putting it?
Oh God, it really is. But hard pressed, I'd say BR. He just proved that his game knowledge with those
Yeah.
eagles, right? The way
Yep.
he used those eagles and forced the MCV to move and then targeted it, and the prism walk, it just showing me a deeper knowledge of the game, of the meta here.
Yep.
So if I'm hard pressed, I would have to go with BR.
Yep. And I think, yeah, it'll just kind of come down to his, if what Dr. Killer was able to learn from it and if he's able to pull something out. Whoa, does take that nuke.
Oh,
And this is an interesting decision here because, you know, BR could just destroy the reactor, but if he wants it, obviously he's not going to destroy it. So he's choosing not to destroy it, and I love Dr. Killer denying that nuclear reactor. Again, guys, BR has a very specific strategy that involves taking that reactor early, prism walking over the top of it. The jungle in the middle makes it difficult to base walk through. And so BR wants that nuclear reactor, and I love that Dr. Killer denied it. And remember, guys, you're not playing the hand, you're playing the player. That's what it's all about here, and I love that that counter strategy from Dr. Killer.
yeah, but we know what BR is about to do. He's about to bring out those prisms. We've seen this every game of his. Can Dr. Killer counter that? We're about to find out.
Yep, and he drives into it, and again, it's not inevitable because you do have to landscape a little bit. He does have a bit of time here. He could possibly bring out a V3. I mean, you know what I mean? It's not going to come through instantly. He does have to
Well, I
clear
like
out.
what Dr. Killer's doing here.
I love it, and
Going
that's
to
what
the
this map was
bottom.
made for. There is backdoor routes, but unfortunately in range of the bunker. Oh, gets him split
and
up.
the prism does alt, but doesn't get the war factory. He does have four factories though, and he hasn't gone broke yet. So his production is going to be great, but these prisms will be coming. Here's another prism, really close. What does Dr. Killer do versus this? What he needs is a mass conscript army here, sentry guns, everything he can bring is what he needs to counter this prism.
Oh, and this
he's
can-
targeting the oil.
Oh, massive chain reaction. Another prism comes out. Oh, get away from the oil, Derek. Oh no. Oh no. Whoa. What?
Okay,
Oh,
let's get it.
It's got to go down. It's got to go. Why is it not
but it's
blowing
gonna
up?
explode. It's about to. Oh, that hurt.
Wow.
That hurt. This prism walk, very dangerous, very problematic. You know, an interesting strategy we saw Zed do to counter this is the Tesla coils. Like, all right, you make prisms, I'll make Tesla coils, right? Juice them up with Tesla troopers, and they're just as powerful.
Yeah, it can work. That is right. Yeah. Yeah, it's
Another
so
counter
funny.
is mass conscripts.
Players are so funny, man. They'll find a way, no matter what you do, to try to stop them. You know, BB Glass, we specifically set up the jungles so you couldn't walk through uninhibited. Even without landscaping, was able to build through it. It's only supposed to slow you down. Like, it's funny he didn't even try to destroy the trees. He just found a way through. And the prism walk, OP, man. We saw the prism walk early on in Blitz was everything. It was just everything on Almo and Kong. That's the only way Allied was winning. And then I feel like it kind of died out on a couple maps. We didn't see it much for a couple months on Crater, Big Little Lake. We didn't see it as much, but seeing it today and it's looking nice.
Ooh,
Nice
gets the
barracks snipe.
barracks, and yeah, at this point, BR is in such a strong position. Even bringing out snipers and a forward barracks, that sniper was building before the barracks was made. He primaried it right away.
Yep.
So we're talking about high-level stuff going on here.
Kirov out now. Yeah, it's a good call in the chat there. Minka, yeah, so Red does have himself in a bit of a vulnerable position because of these oil Dirks. So if, you know, if Yellow could have maybe made a V3 and hit one of these oils early on, he could have got a nice chain reaction that would have really slowed down this push. The Kurov's a nice counter. Tempted to say too little too late, but he still has that nuclear reactor on the top side, which is nice. Red should really go take that out. So he's got his power going. He's targeting individual prism towers. I feel like he needs to hit
Go
the
for the oil. Go for the oil.
if he can hit this oil, oh, he's gonna get this oil. That's a big counter punch. Now gonna go after the IFVs. That's not the move. But oh, he's not gonna move him. He doesn't save the IFVs. Oh no. Okay, he did save. Oh, come on, keep the Kirov rolling. Bring out another Kirov, dude. The Kirovs are popping off. 2 rhinos in the back.
Elite Kirov.
Oh, the elite Kirov. If he could, he's not gonna be able to save it. Unfortunately, if that Kirov, does he get one bomb off? No. Oh, chasing the IFVs.
Oh, and an insta elite IFV from that as a gift in return. And
Yep, that'll close it out.
2 battle labs. Dr. Killer had 2 battle labs.
Whoa.
Not sure what that was about.
Well, good. It worked out well. Does lose his War Factory here. Yeah, unfortunate. So that was the counterpunch. That counterpunch just had to come earlier. That was the perfect move for it, and it just needed to come a little bit sooner. Yeah, you know, BR really, it was a bit scary of BR to base walk with the oils. Obviously, it's a bit of a liability. But unfortunately, there's nothing left for him to do. But I liked where his head was at there, and he just needed to do it a little bit earlier.
Indeed, indeed. So, here's the rule, boys. If someone is prism walking you, you have 2 options. Either you tech up really quick, you get the Boris out, you get the Kirov out, and the base walk is completely eliminated. If you went for mass more war factories, you'd better have the infantry to back it up.
Yep, yeah, you got to get the fodder in there. The prism towers, when they all join up together, they're only shooting one time, obviously one target. You got to bring the fodder in. And you can't really sit back. You got to make something happen. Gonzi, first time chat. Yeah. And again, you know, these lower, not quite dropping the hammer in timely fashion, but that's okay. Like Dr. Killer, able to warm up a little bit in this first point. No reason to throw away an early win. Might as well make your opponent work for it a little bit, frustrate him a little bit if you can, and give yourself time to kind of untilt. You don't want to lose a quick one. Takes the IC all the way downfield. You call that, in chess it's called a spite check. It's when you check your opponent even though it does not matter. You just check their king even though there's no chance of you checkmating it. Takes the MCV, gets himself a little bit of morale points. I love it. But BR taking that one home.
Indeed. But, you know, Dr. Killer put up a fight. He put up a good fight right there.
Yeah, I like that he countered. So he countered that nuclear reactor, but then BR is looking to prism walk, and he did it regardless. He denied the nuclear reactor, and he took it straight through the jungle instead. Yeah, very interesting.
Indeed. But is BR a one-trick pony? Right? Is it like, you know, just the prism walk?
That's a good question. Yeah, if Dr. Killer is able to find a way to counter it, what will it look like for BR? And that's what we're going to have to see here. For those of you guys still in the tournament that might be facing BR, keep that in mind. He wants to prism walk. You make sure you got something up your sleeve for it. Oh, so now he's going to go allied versus allied. I like that. So now allied versus allied. If prism towers are OP, you got to put your money where your mouth is. You got to bring them out yourself and see if they're OP.
Indeed. Again, they're heavy on the eco, they're heavy on the power, and easily counterable with the right moves. So now we're going to AVA. What are we thinking, Ivor?
AVA, yeah, so let's think about this. AVA, you know your opponent's trying to... It's so hard for me to center this goddamn map. Okay, so AVA, you know that your opponent's gonna prism walk. Do you try to counter the prism walk with a prism walk? I don't know. It sounds expensive and difficult, especially when the opponent has more experience with it. What do you think is a counter for an allied player versus a prism walk?
Well, there's several counters. First of all, there's the Rocketeer factor in AVA, right?
Right.
Second of all, as soon as you take up prism tanks, prism towers are useless.
Right, so the prism tanks, yeah.
Eagles, keep sniping power plants, you know, stop him from getting...
Or the AFC as well, you know, to keep knocking him down on tech, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so AVA is a completely different game. We've seen this in the pro levels, the AFC sniping, and ooh, BR out with a super early AFC, only on 2 oils at the moment. Interesting.
So
Right, Dr. Killer really wants that nuclear power plant.
Yep. He has his engineer ready.
Can he get it? All right, he's going in. There's a dog there waiting, though. There's a dog waiting.
Do not get out of. Okay.
Gets the
So
dog.
3 tanks, 3 tanks. The IFV. Oh, yep. And so he has. Does he have a pillbox ready? Pillbox ready. Nice.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. The air component. I think that's an important part. You got your air when the prism towers start coming. If your opponent has oils in the mix, you hit the oils. Now you're getting chain reactions. You can also keep hitting the AFC. You keep hitting the power. Definitely makes it a lot more difficult to get a clean prism walk for sure. So I think that makes perfect sense. A little later on the AFC,
indeed.
and yeah, I think the early AFC, if you're not bringing Eagles or Rockies, I guess just the prism tower early, but both players fine on economy. So oh, again, does get that early paradrop, which is nice.
Ooh, and Dr. Killer going for super early battle lab.
Wow.
Is he gonna bring out the prism tanks?
Yep, and so it looks like the prism tanks are his counter. Yep.
His own prism tower out front. And 3 Eagles coming in. Are they gonna get the AFC? Or are they going for the lab? Okay, the AFC is the target, not the lab.
Does get the lab out though, so a little. It would have been nice to get that Eagle strike a second, a little bit earlier to stop that battle lab would have been nice. And the first prism on the field does go to BR, and that's going to be unfortunate. Oh no, I didn't realize he had his own out. So yep, counters it. We're gonna have to, and now we're gonna see an engagement here. Ooh, but the prism the prism tanks. And BR doesn't have his prism tank in the battle, whereas Doctor's prism tanks are doing work here. Another prism tank behind, getting some damage done, and BR. Ooh, but BR, I think, is going to pull ahead on this tank battle. He does have a Mirage out now as well. Oh, those prism tanks doing work. And BR rushes in and going to take them both out. But both players have the money to keep pumping. Oh, and the Eagles take that battle. Oh, hovered for the shield. Hits the battle lab. He got a couple Mirages out before he lost that battle lab. And not gonna. Oh, the elite. And a nice turn of events there for Dr. Killer, sniping the battle lab to slow down these high-tech tanks and pulling ahead on his own. But what, 10K? Nothing's coming out of the War Factory. Oh, Dr. Killer, buddy. Okay, now he's got him. I think there's a slight delay there on his tank builds. Dr. Killer, you see, just hesitating a little. Yep, here comes. Ooh, and loses an AFC with 2 on the pad. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Paradrop on the back left there.
Chronosphere out for Dr. Killer.
Dr. Killer with the Chronosphere. And remember, guys, BR does not have the castle scouted, so that Chronosphere... Well, sorry. Never mind. The Chronosphere timer is universal, so he does know there's a Chronosphere. But keep that in mind, guys. The back of these bases are generally not scouted, so a lot of players can be a little bit tricky with some of their builds, but... in this case, obviously irrelevant. Eagles coming in again. Oh, hits the AFC and not able to micro the Eagles, so he loses it. And so we've said it again and again, and I'm going to have to say it 10 more times. AVA, it's all about the AFC wars. And what we're seeing right now is Dr. Killer understood that assignment. He understood that. He came out the gate knowing this is about AFC, it's about tech control, and he made that a priority, and he's dominated with it. And you see BR... just a little bit confused. His allied wins. He's been able to do whatever he wanted. He hasn't had another opponent controlling his tech like this. And now Dr. Killer with so many prism tanks. Wow.
Yeah, and we know prism tanks, there is a critical mass where you reach a certain number of them and they're just very, very hard to counter.
Yeah, they're just absolutely devastating. The range, the damage, all you can, at a slower level you can try to rush them, but at a high enough level they are really, really tough. Dr. Killer takes, and here we go, game number 3. I love it. I love it. Now, do they both keep allied? It'll be interesting to see here.
Ivor, unfortunately, I have to head off.
Snark!
We'll be back. I'm so sorry, man. I'll try. I'll be in the chat on my phone, but I gotta go do something, and I'll try and be back as soon as I can.
All right. Sounds good, man. We'll talk to you later. All right. So Snark's out of here. All right, game number 3. Game number 3. Okay. Wow. What a match. These guys care about us, man. These guys really care about our entertainment. All right. Game number 3. The drums aren't really center, right? I'm banging off to the side too much. I'm always over here. All right. Game number 3, guys. Let's get it going. Dr. Killer in yellow on the left. BR in red on the right. So, oh my god, we switched to Soviet versus Soviet? This is hilarious. Okay, so the first match, BR took it home with that nice Prism Walk Allied versus Soviet. Then, Dr. Killer decided to go Soviet, or decided to go Allied as well. He came out on top with that controlling of the tech. Obviously, was able to completely shut down the Prism Walk. Was able to take that one home. Now we switch over to Soviet versus Soviet. You gotta think that Dr. Killer's a little more comfortable with this matchup. I think that, I don't know, it's hard to say. BR, not sure why he second-guessed himself on the Prism Walk again. Maybe he just felt like it had been shut down. He was too predictable. He had to mix things up a little bit, and he didn't want to face Soviet if the Prism Walk wasn't going to work. So he decided to opt for the Rhino Wars. So BR going to try to take that nuclear reactor on the top side. Dr. Killer out with some early conscript fodder. Pretty even right now. Nice conscript advantage though for Dr. Killer. But ooh, gonna lose that tank. Unfortunate with that tank. So now yellow's gonna push for the top side here. Dr. Killer's gonna push for the top side. Try to take control of that nuclear reactor. See if and BR is not out with a sentry gun. And without a sentry gun here, ooh, and he does run over those conscripts though. So now let's see if Dr. Killer can get a sentry gun out. Now this is interesting. It's kind of you know, it's funny because, you know, BR doesn't want to destroy the nuclear reactor. Obviously, he wants it for himself. But wow, BR is way up on rhinos right now. Way up on rhinos. I'm not sure how that happened. I think Dr. Killer was messing around with these flak tracks, trying to drive his engineers around. And those couple flak tracks put him radically behind on rhinos. And, yeah, Dr. Killer's going to have a hard time catching up here. But, now pumping Tesla troopers. What is Dr. Killer building right now, though? Okay, so now, ooh, second war factory, a little late to the party. Yeah, and Dr. Killer trying to hold on to that hill. It's completely futile. Yeah, this could be tough. Ah, it loses low power. That's why the build was so slow, yeah. Wait, no, Dr. Killer wasn't low power. He has a nuclear reactor. Yep, and just going to get rolled through here. The radar comes out, so we're going to try to get a Deso to help slow down. Yeah, I mean, Soviet versus Soviet, there's always the Deso drone option. Try to slow things down when you're behind on rhinos, but Deso drones, you got to do them a little bit early. You can't switch to Deso drones when the game's already lost. Ooh, and those elite conscripts, oh no. Yep, and going to come through the backside now, but unfortunately, Dr. Killer without much left to defend himself. Wow. Okay. The Tesla troopers. The sound of the Tesla troopers is almost always the sound of defeat. It's just never good when the Tesla troopers are out. Things are going radically wrong. It's not always the case, but pretty much. Nice chain reaction targeting those oils. Yep. And as they would say in the Netflix famous show, Queen's Gambit, you resign now. Dr. Killer says, GG. BR takes it home. So BR with the nice faction swaps there, played Allied with his Prism Walk, switched over to Soviet. Yeah, very, very interesting. The Yuri rebalance? No, we won't. We will never enable just the whole patch. It would mess with it. Well, there's this Blitz mod has too many different things going on. We can't really just do blanket stuff like that. But but we are going to. I'm going to do the Tesla tank and tank destroyer buff from the patch. So some of the things from the 2.0 patch we are considering integrating. Oh, well played by BR though. Hats off to BR. Well played. So yeah, some of the stuff we are thinking about integrating. Primarily, I want to buff the Tesla tanks and the tank destroyers. So, BR takes that one home. Smerry and Murray hop on in here, guys. Password 99. Yeah, so Smerry and Murray up now. Winner of that goes on and plays BR in the championship. Our Tesla Troopers buffed in the 2.0. When shit hits the fan, the Tesla sounds. That's absolutely right. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. Adela 900403. Did I thank you for the follow? I don't think I did. Thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Murray in here. Smerry. Smerry, you're not. This is BR. You're not playing. Smerry, hop on in, buddy. Any of you guys watching this, you're thinking, hey, this looks like fun. I'd like to play in something like this. Remember, we're doing these tournaments every month. We got divisions for all skill levels. If you want to play, join the Discord. Discord's awesome. Discord's amazing. Join the Discord. Ask me questions. Stay up to date on the schedules. Join the community. Download the maps. Learn how to play. All that good stuff. If you're on YouTube, the Discord link is in the description. Smerry, you're getting food out of the oven? Come on, man. This is the semifinals. You can't be eating during the semifinals, man. You gotta be running on spit and adrenaline in here. You never go hunting on a full stomach. That's what I always say. Whenever you're competing, you gotta be hungry, literally, to be hungry mentally. That's my philosophy. Always fight, always compete on an empty stomach. Gets the aggression going. As a human being, if you're hungry, that's when you have energy. You want to go hunting. But then all of a sudden you got a full stomach. Your body's like, dude, we're chilling. We got a full stomach. The day's been accomplished. Let's go to sleep. Smerry, we'll give Smerry the lucky unicorn. I think that's fair. I think someone redeemed a lucky unicorn that I forgot about. But if you did, I'll give you your points back because I forgot. Smerry's getting the lucky unicorn. Because Smerry's actually a D4 player. Noob and Smerry are D4 players. Everyone else in this tournament looking a little more D3, on the edge of D2, honestly. So we're going to give Smerry the lucky unicorn to start things off here. Smerry in yellow on the left. Big time fan of the stream. Watches a lot of Blitz. Doesn't play a lot of Blitz, but he has proven himself. He knows what's going on. And yeah, so we'll see if he can put on a bit of a show here. Murray in red on the right. Been looking pretty tough. Also a big fan of the stream. But been looking pretty tough. So Smerry's got an uphill climb here, but we all believe in Smerry, and he does have the lucky unicorn. After you play Age of Empires, dude, Age of Empires is the exact same, man. Hop on in, join the tournament next month. Murray versus Smerry, Dr. Seuss novel. Yeah, that's right. It does sound like a Dr. Seuss novel. Yeah, you guys, anyone, yeah, join the Discord. Come play, it'll be awesome. As I'm self-promoting, quick reminder, YouTube, like and subscribe. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. It would be amazing. Then YouTube will start giving me money for the ads they run. All the money they give me, I'm going to give back to the players. More tournaments, more players. RA to the moon. Taking over the world. Help me do it. It's free for you. It helps me immensely. Like and subscribe. And comment. If you guys wanted to comment, like if you wanted to say like what country you're from on YouTube, like what country you're watching the games from, that'd be awesome. Because the algorithm doesn't really know what the comments are. The algorithm just loves comments. So if you comment, tell me where you're from, the comments will kick up the algorithm. They'll put the video in front of more people. Red Alert 2 takes over the world. Simple as that. Let's get into it, guys. Semi-final match here. So versus so, looking pretty even. And honestly, don't sleep on Smerry, man. I think Smerry's been hustling us. Smerry's been getting some reps in, and I love it. Murray doing a bit of landscaping here. Murray likes to destroy trees, and then he doesn't usually walk through. I'm not sure why Murray likes to destroy trees so much. Smerry with a bit of a missed tank control, and I think that's something you're going to expect to see from a player like Smerry. He's watched the game a lot. He understands the opening, the build order. He understands what has to happen. I think his execution where he's going to fall behind in this match is just tank control. You know, that's something that comes from sheer reps against top-level players, and it's tricky. It's difficult to do. So here, like, Smery pulling all of his rhinos back to kill these conscripts is tricky because now he leaves his front door open. Murray trying to bounce in, but unfortunately not able to. And yeah, this zone is tricky here. You come over this cliff and you're right in range of this bunker, which is a bit problematic. I haven't seen a player do it yet. Oh, could bring these Tesla troopers in here. Oh no, the conscripts on the backside. Oh no, Smery. Oh no, buddy. Bunker doing work though. Smery staying alive. Can he get one more tank out? Can he get one more tank out? Does get a tank out. Oh, but the conscripts on the backside. Smery, Smery, defend your MCV, Smery. Sentry gun out. Targets the sentry gun. Tesla troopers coming. Oh my god, and Smery's still alive. Never count Smery out. Never count him out. Smery's going down swinging. I love it. I love him making Murray work for it. He still has that elite conscript on the backside. This bunker's doing everything they can. Look at the elite connies. Love it. Smery, can we get these guys another bunker? Smery's on 8K. Can we repair the war? Oh my god, that war factory's only on 1 tick. Deso out now, gonna clean up these elite conscripts. He dives with... Oh! Smery! How do you counter a Deso? You charge him with the conscripts. That is a meta redefining tactic right there. I hope Marco's in here so he knows it for his next pro tournament. Oh, never mind, never mind. Forget what I said. Forget what I said. Do not rush the Desolator with conscripts. I take it back. It was not the right move. So Murray settling into his tech now. Smery's done a good job making Murray work for it, but unfortunately Smery just falling radically behind on his macro, the back end stuff right now, as Murray settles into Battle Lab tech. Both players a lot of money. Iron Curtain out now. Nice little paradrop. Ooh, and Smery's low power before he built the battle. Oh, yep, Smery's radically low power right now, so that Tesla coil can't do work. Murray could probably push here. Smery says, oh. Picks up the elite conscript now. And Smery in a tough spot, but going down swinging. I love it. I love it. I love it. Murray's closing this one out nicely. And, yeah, Murray proving that he should be in the championship and also proving that he should probably be in a higher division. That's okay. We're living and learning, folks. Like I said, we're going to get these divisions leveled out. As over time, you know, as these players play in the Blitz tournaments, I'm going to give them points. We're going to have a massive divisional system, 6 different divisions where all the different players end up in their own division, and we have great even matches. We actually had quite a few even matches today. Smery calls GG but doesn't quit. Smery's got something tricky up his sleeve. No, never mind. So Murray takes that first one home. The classic switcheroo. Yeah, I like that, Mink. I like where your head's at. I can't snark left before we got to play zombies. Zombies is cool, guys. The new game mode is really cool. It's really fun. It's called Soviet Zombies. I'm not going to give it away. It's going to be really, really fun, though. We will get some fun games in after this. So we got this match. This is the final semifinal. Then we're moving on to the championship. And then we'll get some fun stuff in here. Maybe some FFAs. Definitely some zombies. ZVA TV with the follow. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. I think you're watching this on YouTube, so I don't think you're going to see this live, but maybe the next video you'll watch, and then I'll shout you out your follow, and then you'll feel amazing, and I'll feel amazing. It'll be beautiful. Murray out now with some GIs trying to take control of the paradrop possibly. Oh no, just a little bit of an anti-scout. Smerry with the early conscripts. Love that. Juicing up the towers. Love it, Smerry. Love it, buddy. Yeah, Minka, that really adds the nice level of decision making. Super dog on the bottom side. OP. Nice level of decision making to think, do I want to spend the money or not? Yeah, I like that. Hey, check this out. I got a new soundboard that does random Red Alert 2 sounds. Check it out.
Weapon ready.
Cool, right? There's like 40 of them. They do them randomly.
It will be a silent spring.
Pretty cool, right? I was excited about that. Took me like 5 hours. No big deal. All right. Rocky out. No anti-air from Smerry. Smerry with some drones. I like it. Keep him on his toes. Gotta give him a weird look here. Can we get a flak trooper, Smerry? Possibly a flak track? I'll take either. Ooh, flak cannon out of position. Smerry, can I get a flak cannon or a flak trooper? The flak cannon comes. Oh, the flak cannon is in position. Okay. All right, Smerry, I see you. And a flak track. Love it, Smerry, love it. Oh my God. Murray's building robot tanks. I love it. Wait, Murray's gonna go. Oh, this is gonna be sick. You guys know what's about to happen, right? You guys know it, right? You guys understand what's about to happen? Because I'm excited about it. Murray's gonna backdoor with these robot tanks, which is hilarious. We were actually, BB Glass was suggesting possibly putting robot tanks for Allied, even without the robot control. Could be kind of cool, actually. Especially some maps like this. Gives us kind of some fun plays, I think. This is hilarious. Oh, sorry, my head's in the way. There you go. Now you guys can see it. So he's sneaking in with the robot tanks from the bottom side. I love that. Smerry making him work for it on the front end, but doesn't realize that he's getting backdoored. He's got some Desos in position, though. And I'm not sure why he's... Not sure what he's doing here now, but... Got some AFK robot tanks ready to backdoor action. And here he comes. Oh, and all of that, and doesn't get anything for it. That was unfortunate. But a little bit of a distraction. It does allow him to push in on the top side. It does allow him to push in there, though. Now there's some Rockies coming to finish off that battle lab. Murray's able to take the battle lab with the Rockies. Yeah, I just need a toggle. I need a toggle that just turns my webcam off. Most of these maps, it doesn't matter. Like this map, literally nothing happens behind me. But, yeah, I just need a little toggle that turns it off. Smerry says, you're everywhere. And Murray takes out Smerry, and poor Smerry, poor Smerry, one of the only D4 tournaments, actually, D4 players in this D4 division. The robots died, unfortunately, but not going to matter. Hats off to Smerry for coming out here and trying to hang. Murray OP. Alright, so now we got Murray in the championship versus BR, is that right? Yeah, BR and Murray in the championship now, guys. Championship this, going to be taking home $5 and moving on to the D3 tournament. Actually, a couple of these guys might be moving on to D3 if they want to, but that's the official idea, is you have to win your way up a division. But yeah, and again, a quick reminder, guys, the D3 tournament is tomorrow. D3 tournament tomorrow, same time, starting off at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, similar kind of thing, a few hours stream. Should be fun. Come hang out. If you guys want to play in it, if you're feeling like D3 status, let me know. Message me on Discord. Rocky's coming in to finish things off. Smerry, I told Smerry to make it difficult. Smerry's taking it seriously. He's going down swinging, not going to quit out. Look at that bunker melting tanks. Fully juiced bunker. Rocky's going to be the nail in the coffin here. And I think we're in for a treat with this this championship match. Should be pretty good. Smerry calls GG.
Kaboom!
Oh, that was the perfect one. It's 40 different random noises. So you got to... I just push it, and I hope I get a good one. The kaboom was funny there. GG, Smerry, buddy. You did what you could with what you had. All right, all right, all right. Championship. Championship round, Murray versus BR. Let's do BO5 for this. BO5 for the championship. We'll make them work for it a little bit. Smerry, I know, buddy. Everyone, you were the only real D4. You and OO noob. You did what you could with what you had, man. Bunch of sandbaggers around here. Like I said, I think it's mostly inadvertent. These players, people just don't really know where other players stand and stuff. So with these early tournaments, it's just kind of inevitable. But Smerry, thanks for hanging out, man. We'll get you in the division of a better fitting next tournament. Murray versus BR championship. Murray in yellow, BR in red. Wizam, can you enter the room? Yeah, after this. After this, you can. It's not just another round of the Blitz World Series. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the championship. All right, all right, all right. Here we go, championship round here in the D4 tournament. We got Murray in yellow on the left, BR in red on the right. Both players been playing some great Blitz this tournament. Have they been playing at a D4 level? That's questionable. It's very, very questionable because they're both looking super, super tough. I think they'll probably both be playing in the D3 tournament looking good in that. But officially speaking, the winner of this is taking home the cash prize of D4, which is $5. The reason it's $5 is to prevent people from sandbagging. Ineffective in this particular round. But the winner of this also going on to the D3 tournament tomorrow. So yeah, both players have been playing really good. Both players have proven that they're hungry. They've proven they understand Blitz. They know the map, and they want to take home the win. So let's see what they can bring here. Both players similar builds here as we see Soviet versus Soviet. BR really, really likes the tech. And I think that makes sense. When you watch the top level players who've been practicing this map, the tech is huge. Players, like Jaws has been getting a lot of reps in. Controlling the tech allows you to control the map. The nuclear reactor obviously gives you a huge boost on power early on. It's able to put you ahead on rhinos. So it's big. So anyway, BR is able to take that nuclear reactor on the top side. Murray does get the pair drop on the bottom side. So pretty even here. But the nuclear reactor obviously better. Better early game for sure. If Murray wins, that means I won to the champion. I lost to the champion. That'll feel good, Fire Truck. Take solace in that. WhatsApp, yeah. Sorry, man. Like I said, guys, these we'll get it figured out. Give me a couple months. We'll dial things in with players. I want these tournaments to be as competitive as possible. That's why I have 6 divisions. I try to get as many players of equal skill in the same bracket to give us some fun competitive matches. But like I said early on, it's difficult, so we'll fine-tune it over time. Again, guys, anyone wants to play next month, be sure to hit me up. Join the Discord. Link in the description on YouTube. If you're in here, type !Discord. Join up, hang out, come play next month. Room for everyone. Nice little tank exchange here. BR looking tougher, and Murray pushes in here and out-tanked, out of position, and looking really, really bad here. And BR is going to chase him down. Yeah, Murray does escape with a few, but unfortunately, it's going to be looking pretty tough here. Out with a radar to try to slow down these rhinos. And you see, yeah, and so Murray does not have these bunkers juiced up. Only 1 conscript in there, so not getting much damage done. And BR storming down, does take another war factory, pulls back a little bit here. But yeah, interesting. Yeah, and again, we've talked about this before in these series. You know, first point, no reason to, you know, you got to make your opponent work for it. You don't want to lose a quick one, lose momentum, get tilted, make it seem like, you know, you got paper defenses. So I like Murray hanging on here, looking for counter punches, still trying to be the aggressor, trying to find a backdoor, trying to find a weakness here. But unfortunately, on the back end, BR is looking really, really tough on 3 War Factories. Murray's in a tough spot, but it is best of 5, so plenty more time to figure things out. Berg in the house. Yes, Berg in here, trying to clean up that semi-pro bracket. He's in here studying the D4 players. That's the real secret. You harvest the good strategies from the D4 players, then you remix them, you bust them out in semi-pro, you take home the cash prize. That's what it's all about. Berg knows better than anyone. Murray going to go up there and take that nuclear reactor. We haven't seen a lot of players destroy the nuclear reactor. I think they always like the idea that maybe they're going to get back and take it. Murray says, nope, let's take the nuclear reactor. And that is going to put him low power. Super low power, but he has a battle lab, so BR is going to be able to build a nuclear reactor here to recover from that pretty quickly, and has a lot of tanks here. Murray would need to get a little bit lucky with these desolators, and BR would have to blunder just a bit, and that's not the engagement that he wanted. Deso's coming on the backside here. Just needs to micro these Desos a little bit better. BR is giving him some opportunities. BR's opening himself up to these Desos a little bit, but Murray's just not really able to capitalize, unfortunately. So now BR in the back, but BR in the back of the base and doesn't really have, and doesn't have the tanks. If can Murray save the MCV? He should be able to. And a nice swing there. And Murray really making BR work for this. BR is so far ahead on the macro on the back end right now. He has the battle lab, the nuclear reactor, 4 War Factories, but Murray really making this interesting. Like we've talked about before, there is a 10-minute timer. You know, if you can delay, I'd like to see. Little questionable tank control. Does pick up an elite there. Bad tank control from Murray. Gonna sneak in and try to grab a. I don't know. Honestly, if I was Murray, I'd be sitting back. God, we're only at 5 minutes. It's kind of a tough one, but. Demo trucks, love that. Gets a nice hit. Doesn't get the War Factory, though. These Kirovs are going to be really problematic, though. Pumping the flak tracks to counter, and now Murray out with his own battle lab. Last gear, EUWE. Did I say your name right? Definitely not. Thanks for the follow, buddy. I appreciate it. Kirov's coming in, trying to save the flak tracks, and Murray goes for his own little counter punch. I love that. I love that from Murray. Doesn't want to be on his heels. He knows on a map like this, you can't just turtle, you will lose. So even if you don't have the numbers to push, you gotta push, you gotta be aggressive, and you gotta hope your opponent makes a blunder. It's really as simple as that. Managing these flaks, questionable manner, loses the flaks. Now the Kirov is running unskewed. There's a flak cannon on the Kirov, but unfortunately that's gonna be it for Murray as the Rhinos make their final push in the backside. But it was close. It was close. Murray looking tough. BR looking super strong, though. BR looking super strong. CS Pro Earthquake? That's kind of scary, man. Well, at least you didn't miss out on any Blitz. That's one good thing about natural disaster. Just kidding. Nothing's good about natural disasters. We don't make jokes about natural disasters in here. All right. Wait, CS Pro, where do you live? You just get casual earthquakes? Australia. Oh, wow. Adelaide, Australia. I think I've been to Adelaide before. I forget. Australia's big. All the names are weird. I think I stayed in a hostel in Adelaide that was made out of an old prison. I was in like a prison cell. It was like a hostel, though. It was really creepy. Might have been just outside of Adelaide. I forget. I think I drove from Adelaide to Sydney. I thought it'd be like a fun road trip. I didn't realize how big Australia was. Australia is no joke, man. That is a massive country. Continent. All right. Game number 2 here. This is the championship. Lars, RS, you're right in time, man. Championship round right now. I got a question. Are you guys excited about it? If you're excited about it, can I get a fist pump from the avatars? There we go. Championship. You guys are excited. I'm excited. The Tesla Troopers are going to take their helmets off. They like wave their helmets. That's how excited the Tesla Troopers are. All right, so game number 2 here. BR came out looking pretty tough, but Murray's proven he can hang. The Soviet versus Soviet matchup's hard. Murray's going to have to get a little bit creative here. The straight Rhino versus Rhino, he seems pretty far. I think his tank control is a slightly lower level than BR. So it'll be interesting to see if Murray can kind of mix things up, maybe give a different look, try to get a little bit creative, maybe early tech. Hard to say. Hard to say. There's many options at the players' disposals here. BR not able to get the paradrop. Going to try to go up for that nuclear reactor. Super Dog. Finale. That's exactly right. Ooh, so he's able to drone that engineer, which is nice. Oh, and so Murray's going to try to take a quick little bite here. Quick little in and out. Sees the sentry and pulls out. That was good. He is behind on tanks. Why is Murray always behind on tanks? Oh, so now Murray is going to push the early battle lab. He needs to get another war factory out, though. You can push tech, but you have to hold on with the rhinos. And so now BR is going to get that nuclear reactor, building up towards it to secure that position. And Murray's not going to be able to deny it, and he should not try to deny it. Ooh, questionable tank control. And again, BR is putting himself in positions where the Desos could get something done. But Murray's micro with the Desos just isn't quite there. It's D4. You can't blame him. And so dives on that one Deso. And let's see what BR tries to do here. And again, neither player bring... and this is a tricky section of the map for some of these players. Your tank control gets a little off because of this cliff. Deso's in nicely to slow things down. And again, Murray doesn't juice up his bunkers. Okay, and these towers can be juiced up too. If Murray had these towers juiced up, if Murray would have spent, I don't know, I mean, conscripts are so cheap. If he would have filled those towers up, he would have taken out all the rhinos there. I think players, it'll be interesting to see how the meta develops with those towers. I think, especially, you know, GIs are expensive early game. But Soviet, I don't know. I don't know. I think you got to pack them up. Yeah, GG. So now Murray switching over to Allied. Yeah, wasn't able to do it. Wasn't able to beat him head on with the rhinos. Wasn't able to rush the tech. So now we do see Murray skipping over to Allied. I think that's a good way to play it. Makes sense. Got to mix things up if they're not working. All right, all right. Yeah, you always want to lose to the champ. So Smary's hoping that Murray wins, and then Smary can be like, yeah, I lost out, but and then again, I lost to the champion, so whatever. Pretty much means Smary took second place in my book. All right, so now Murray with Allied. Yeah, so the championship here is best of 5. Java, I am in California. California. Oh yeah, WhatsApp. Congrats, too early, man. It's best of 5. We're still banging out in here. Banging out. Yeah, I'm in LA. So BR again, gonna try to get up and take that. And so now we see, and this kind of makes sense in Blitz, I think. The Allied player, you build more in your castle walls, try to resist the early Rhino push. It makes sense. But the problem is, what are you going to do with it? And he's sending these 2 Grizzlies in. Yeah, you get the Eagles out. Got to really try to make use of it. You know, you got to try to push early tech. Got to get the Mirages out. There's ways to do it, certainly for Allied. We'll see if Murray can pull something out here. Yep, does snipe that flag track, so that's a nice move from Murray. Berg, are you still in here? You want to come play? You want to play Snark Zombie map after this? It's gonna be fun. It's the new map. It's all the cool kids are talking about it. It's a 1-player versus computer map. The people want to see how Berg plays zombies. People are like, how's Berg gonna play zombies? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know yet. No one knows. Staying super busy with these Eagles. I love this Allied look from Murray here. Mixing up decent placement for the paradrop. Does take the higher ground. Just needs to protect. Oh, flat cannon out now. Yeah, and he's going heavy flat cannons. Oh, needs to stay. Oh, good engagement, but has to stay away from the bunkers. And Murray's pulling ahead here on this, and keeps the Grizzlies pumping. Unfortunately, the Rhinos are just going to keep pouring out, and so Murray correctly decides to pull himself back there. But a decent engagement there for the Allied player. It's all about slowing down the early Rhinos. Oh, but now gets a little crazy. The first engagement was good. You slowed him down. Now pull yourself back to your defensive position and try to start pushing tech. Keep using those Eagles, Murray. I love that. I love that. Always got to be rooting for the underdog. Can we get Murray a lucky unicorn? Let's grab Murray a lucky unicorn. I want to see a championship that's a real nail biter, a barn burner, if you will. Neither player using much fodder, which is interesting. A sniper out now. Proactively going to deal with some fodder. I like that. Eagle, Eagle, Eagle. Murray's doing fine on economy. I'd love to see another AFC from Murray. I'd love to see a Battle Lab from Murray. And that forward War Factory can be nasty. Do we got a Battle Lab coming, Murray? Can we get a Battle Lab coming? Oh, the paradrop on the top side. Can we get a chain reaction here? Can we get a chain reaction? If we do, it's the Lucky Unicorn. Oh my God. The Lucky Unicorn does it for us. Wow. Murray putting on a show, going down swinging, proving that he deserves to be in this championship match. I love it. But God, he's scaring me with these Grizzlies. And again, throws a lot of them. And the Rhinos now unencumbered. We don't have any proactive. Oh, Murray on 15K. Not a single defensive structure. You got to be building on all 4 tabs. He could have had Prism Towers out. Certainly some pillboxes. And no Battle Lab behind, so he wasn't able to get the tech. Murray did a great job of distracting, of slowing him down, which is exactly what you have to do on the front end. But on the back end, as the Allied player, you got to get your Battle Lab. You got to get more Eagles. You got to have proactive defensive structures. There's a lot you got to do. And that's why it's not easy. Can't blame Murray. But BR does take that one home. And that's the championship. That's it. That's it. BR's the winner. Even with the Lucky Unicorn, which they say is impossible. They say it's impossible. BR takes that one home. Yeah, what a great D4 match. Yep, and so a fun D4 series. We didn't see many D4 games. We saw some good games. They weren't D4, but some good games nonetheless. So BR takes that one home. But this was really fun, this tournament here, to see, like we said, get some fresh blood in here, get some new players, see how they play it. A lot of good players. I don't know who BR is. Someone who messaged me on Discord. So yeah, we got Murray, BR, and Dr. Killer all playing pretty tough. Even Fire Truck too. Everyone playing pretty tough Blitz in here. Smerry and Noob, D4 players who came out here and hung out. Actually, Smerry, you put on a little bit of a show, man. I'm impressed with Smerry's improvement. All these players' improvement. Like I said, we'll balance the brackets a little more next month. We're doing it every month. Trial by fire. Each month, we're going to balance these out a little bit better. BR looking tough, though. Taking home the $5 and moving on to the D3 tournament tomorrow. I don't have the players in here yet, but we do got a handful of guys for the D3 tournament. Again, D3 is tomorrow. Same time. Start kicking off at 1 p.m.